That's why they want to put it over there. Pull it towards you. Hold the bottom part and pull it towards you. Don't start. You want it over there. That's why they want to put it over there. You want it over there. Hello. We're back, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community and beyond. We got a doozy of a show today. I'm Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
Bomb chicka wow wow.
All right. Babe, where do we start?
Salutations. How you doing? A good week. Normal scenarios. We got to go on and get into this one.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing, and it's also thought provoking, and it's also make you kind of speechless. So it's a big one. But how was your week?
My week was just a week, babe. Nothing really exciting happened. Just work as usual. How was yours, babe?
Same thing. Pretty much the same thing. But this week right here, it's going to be a good week.
Well, the sad part about it is, okay, we're talking about, for those of you who've been living under a rock for the past, 2 weeks?
Well, really, I mean, it was known, but it wasn't really hot until this past Friday when they released the video.
Right. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. We are talking about Mr. Tyre. What's his last name? Nichols?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Tyre Nichols. Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know, he was
brutally beat it. What'd you call it? Beaten. Brutally beaten. To death.
Literally, man.
To death.
And I'm going to be completely honest with the listening audience out there. I can't watch it. I tried. I couldn't do it. It took me a while to get through the stuff that his mom was talking about. Because now her son is no longer with us. 5 cops, y'all.
Yep.
5 cops.
And I guess the reason, this is for me, Melanated Thought, it's hard. We've had many, from all ages, all backgrounds, all everything that this has happened to. But I think the reason that this is taking a toll on me personally is that it was 5 black cops. So now we can't, whatever. I don't think we can use a race card on this one.
No. Well, you can, but you can't. I mean, we'll get into it. We can, but we can't. Okay, so we'll talk about that later. But anyway, this episode is called. Hold on, just a second.
WTF?
Plain and simple. No ifs, ands, buts, and maybe it's about it. And again, I really don't know where to start. There's so many things, so many avenues to take, and there's so much to talk about and to decompress and to unpack here. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get this music cracking, and we'll talk a little bit deeper about it later on. Nope, wrong song. Sorry, y'all. No, I'm going to keep that one. We need something mellow. I was going to play the footage of the actual beating, but I'm not going to do that. That's been played to death. And besides, I really can't watch it anyway, and I don't want to subject anybody else. And just in case there's children watching this, if you're not watching it live, or if you're watching the rebroadcast of it, I'm not going to play it to death. So I guess what I'm going to do right now is get right into the books to read. So give me a minute, and get the Malcolm X splash screen up. Books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I only have one book this time, y'all. Just one, believe it or not, because I normally have about 2 or 3. This time I only have one. And that book is called... It's a book that I had on the show before earlier. In the earlier shows, you'll remember this book. It's called Breaking Rank. A top cop's expose of the dark side of American policing, which... written by an ex-cop, Norman Stamper. And he gets down and dirty about it. How cops aren't just the best people on the planet. But we kind of figured that out. But being a black person, especially a black man, we know this for a fact. So we don't need anybody to tell us the cops ain't all that. We know that from experience. And this thing that's going on right now with Mr. Tyre Nichols, rest in peace. I wish his family nothing but the best, but this right here is just one of those situations to where we're just in awe of this whole thing, man. I mean, what more can you add, babe? I mean, you know,
like I said earlier, speechless.
Yeah.
Just no words. Condolences to the family,
of course,
especially his mother, because I'm pretty sure every time she put her driveway.
Well, this is my personal opinion. This is just an opinion. I'm assuming that Mr. Nichols was a mama's boy. I'm just guessing. I mean, I'd be the first to admit that I'm a mama's boy. I am. I mean, my mother, you know, my wife would tell you that. So, my wife is my brother-in-law. He's a mama's boy. So it's not a bad thing.
No, it's not, because they always said the way he treats his mom is how he's going to treat you.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But I know if you love your mama to death, I know you gonna love me to death somewhere up in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And I do. Even if she do get on my nerves sometimes, I know I get on hers.
Nerves. I don't get on nobody's nerves. Okay.
But anyway, all jokes aside, y'all, this is what we're talking about today. We were going to have another subject, but we'll touch on that just a little bit today, so that way we won't just beat a dead horse. We'll break it up just a little bit, but that's the main subject of the show. Anyway, that's the book, Breaking Rank by Mr. Norm Stamper, and that's the only book that I have. Now, let's get back to my favorite section of the show, the one that my wife created. It's called Bold Words from a Black Woman. What you got, babe?
I was trying to find something that would segue into the show topic today, and the only word that I can think of was anger.
Yeah.
And one of my most prolific artists is Toni Morrison, and she made a quote saying, quote, "Anger. It's a paralyzing emotion. You can't get anything done. people sort of think it's an interesting, passionate, and igniting feeling. I don't think it's any of that. It's helplessness.
Right.
It's absence of control. And I need all of my skills, all of the control, all of my powers. And anger doesn't provide any of that. I have no use for it whatsoever. I live my life. I try to live my life. I try not to be angry. I know some things happen in this world where if you had a nail, you would probably drive into somebody's eyeball. I've been there. I've thought about it. Yeah.
We all been there.
And the reason why I chose this one because, like I said, to segue into today's show topic, it had to be some type of anger that those men showed physically upon this young man. There had to be anger. That cannot be, I'm just doing my job for the day.
Nah.
So with that being said, we're just going to say anger. Everybody gets angry. Everybody has anger. That's a given.
Yeah, it's a human trait.
But I guess you'll know how to either dissolve it or utilize it for good, not for bad. So with that, I'm going to leave that quote like that. Thank you, Miss Toni Morrison.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and give her some applause.
And she said that back in 1987. Yeah.
Right. Under normal circumstances, after we do the bold words from a black woman, we have current events, but this is a current event.
Yeah, this was pretty much what was on all weekend.
Pretty much, yeah.
Friday, so yeah.
Pretty much, man. So, and like I said, let's go ahead and get into it, babe. Let me go ahead and put this splash screen back up. Give me a few seconds. There we go. Man, again, I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say. I have no words. None.
When I seen it, well, where was I? Okay, I was going to help a friend this Friday.
Yeah.
And while I was getting dressed, the news kept saying it's going to be released. Because this incident happened on January 7th. And they didn't release it until January 27th. And they kept saying that they're not going to release it until all the children are out of school and at home, and all the parents are off of working at home. So if anything like protests, riots, or anything break out like that, it won't be so devastating and no innocent bystanders will get hurt. Truly understandable, because I'm thinking at that time someone had seen it in detail and know, oh my God, this is going to be a shitstorm.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So I appreciate this Memphis doing, the Memphis Police Department doing that, the Memphis governor doing that. I appreciate that wholeheartedly.
Right.
Then I was out, like I said, I was out with her, and I normally listen to Rock the Bells when I'm in the car. You know.
We both do.
But I got an alert on my phone saying it's been released. It's been released.
Okay.
So I turned it on Urban News. And that's the same station that Reverend Al Sharpton's show comes on.
Yeah.
So I was listening to the commentary that was on at that time, and they just kept saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Even though I couldn't see it,
you could hear it.
That I could hear it. And just to hear that man moan, he kept saying, what did I do? What did I do? Now this is before I even seen it. I'm already emotional by listening.
Yeah.
And it kind of, because I used to say how back in the day, I used to have a hard time saying, how did my grandparents and great grandparents used to look at TV? I mean, listen to the radio without seeing it. And just to hear this without any visuals, I felt it. You know what I'm saying? And when he started crying out for his mom, and then to find out he was less than 80 yards or less than 100 yards from his mom's home, I couldn't even imagine. So when I got home, it was pretty late when I got home, like close to 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Right.
I couldn't sleep. Because I was thinking about it the whole time. And so I went on my phone and pulled it up. And when I tell you, I cried. Many of you know I do not have any children on this earth. But when I tell you, if I did, I can only sympathize with what she's going through, his mother. to know that her child was less than 80 yards from her home and he was beaten to death. And then to hear him call out for her. And I was listening the other day, not ever since this happened, I've been listening to different podcasts and reading, going to different news feeds and things. And one of the young ladies said that that's one thing for certain. When you get in a bind, people yell out for mother. They yell out for their mom. Because they know when mom find out, she going to come quick, fast, and hurry, and she going to make it okay. And she said, if I would have known, I would have been. She said, but I didn't know. But when she got the phone, I think you told when she got the phone call, they said your son had been arrested for drunk driving. And there's no way. There's no way. Because like she said he had woke up that morning.
Yeah.
And he was like, Mom, what you going to do today? She said, well, I think I'm going to make your favorite meal. Some chicken, sesame seed chicken.
Yeah.
He like, okay. So he went to work. And he was on his way home from work. Can you imagine going about your day and you were like, when I get home, I'm going to take a shower. I'm just going to relax. It's the weekend. This young man never made it home. He never tasted his mom's chicken. And the only thing he wanted to know was why. And I think that's the part that has me so speechless and so emotional. Like I said, I don't have children, but just as a human being, they didn't treat him like a human being at all. They treated him like
a dog on the street.
Like a dog in the street. Yeah. They just unnecessary hits, unnecessary cussing, unnecessary taunting, just unnecessary across the board. I don't understand.
We'll get into this a little bit later, but the part that really got to me was the fact that they were bragging about it after the fact.
Yeah. You see
that's
how
the thing
I hit
about
him?
it. Exactly.
I will kick him so I'll be so tomorrow. What? Yeah.
So 5 black men, they put that picture up there, man, so you can put their asses on blast. Hold on just a minute. And I do the same thing to a white. Y'all know that. I don't care. Hold on. These motherfuckers up here. Yeah, that's what I call them. Desmond Mill Jr. I'm sorry, Desmond Mills with an S. Desmond Mills Jr. Head looking like a glistening ball.
Let me see.
No. It's coming to pop up. There they go. Demetrius Haley. Justin Smith. Tadarius Bean. Emmett Martin III. All 5 black men. All 5 black men. Think about that, babe.
Well, I want to say something to about one of the, of course, when things like this happen, they try to save face, and they were trying to say that he was high or that he was driving erratically. But one of the policemen, Desmond Mills Jr., he has obtained a lawyer, and his lawyer is trying to say that he probably, quote unquote, did not see Tyre Nichols or was not able to take part in the beating because one of the officers accidentally pepper sprayed him.
Hold on. Did you see the video?
That's what I know they said we all look alike, but you can tell which one did what.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull a Martin Lawrence real quick. Hold up. Accidentally pepper sprayed him. Now, from the video that I saw, he actually took his pepper spray out, aimed it at his face, and went for what he was worth. Does that look like an accident to you?
Because remember I told you that 4 of them was there, and then one of them drove up late.
Yeah.
This is the one that drove up late. And he said when he drove up late, I guess the officer that had the pepper spray got spooked or whatever, and he turned around and kind of sprayed him. That's what he's claiming.
I wish I had a bullshit button on this, on my sound effects, because that's pretty much what that is. Let's call it what that is.
What he was able to see when he arrived late to the scene, Desmond knew, and what was able to see after he was pepper sprayed, and on whether Desmond's action crossed the lines that were crossed by other officers during the incident, because he really could not see because of being pepper sprayed. I have watched this video 3 times now.
I can't watch it.
And I saw 5 big men. I didn't see 4. It started out as 4. Mm-hmm. Then one walked up. He wasn't looking like he couldn't see. His feet was landing. His hands were landing. If you can't see, you're hitting air.
Thank you.
You're not connecting.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. For those of you who have known me at any length of time, you know I'm a martial artist. Been doing martial arts for a very long time. Mm-hmm. If I'm striking, if I'm trying to hit somebody, I'm looking at my target. Mm-hmm. Plain and simple. It's the same deal with a boxer, same deal with a wrestler, same deal with a street fighter. When you are swinging at a target. You're not going to say, oh, I can't see. Right. Because if you can't see, you can't fight, correct?
That's right.
I mean, I'm just saying, I thought I was missing something. But yeah, since you said that, yeah. Mm-hmm. So if he couldn't see, from what I saw, he could see pretty good. Because those licks were definitely landed.
Let me say this. Allegedly. He couldn't see allegedly.
Allegedly my ass.
Yeah. And then there was another one. That was Desmond. That's what his lawyer trying to claim, that he couldn't see because he got pepper sprayed inadvertently.
That's bullshit.
And then there was 2 other cops that was hired after the fact when they formed this Scorpion unit. I can't believe they're not Scorpion.
Yeah.
To Darius Bean and Demetrius Haley. They said they joined this department in 2020, and that, they was just pretty much following protocol, and just thought that's what they were supposed to do. Just thought they were supposed to handle a traffic stop.
So you handle a traffic stop by beating somebody to death?
I knew, this just me talking, when they pulled him over and he asked, what did I do? They grabbed him and dragged him out the car. First mistake. When they got him out, and he kept saying, what I'm doing. They kept saying, turn over. So the guy got his taser and tried to tase him. When he was reaching for it, he got up and took off running. Because he was not that far from home, so he was trying to run home.
Yeah.
When they caught him, when they kicked him in his head, I said, he gone. Even though he was still, you can tell he was fighting to breathe. He was fighting to get an understanding. But when they kicked him in his head, and the side of his head just like it swelled up immediately, I said, he gonna be having headaches for the rest of his life. It kind of reminded me of Rodney King.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Rodney King. And then they just kept pepper spraying him and hitting him and kicking them, and I'm like, now did they get angry because he took off running from them? Even if he did, that's a horse of another color. You use your taser, you got him down, he's down. Then you put him in handcuffs, and then you commence to whooping his ass even more. That's what makes me think you're a coward, because his hands are behind him. He couldn't defend himself. So all 5 of y'all was pretty much sucker punching him.
Pretty much.
Because he couldn't his hands was behind his back.
Yeah, I saw that. When I saw that his hands were behind his back, and you could see it clearly in the video. He was handcuffed from the back.
Yep.
So he was pretty much defenseless. He couldn't fight off anybody.
Not at all. And see, what makes me so angry about this also, they were aware, they meaning the police officers, they are aware that they have on those cameras. And you can tell when they get ready to do something, they'll either put their hand over the camera or they tilted the camera up toward the sky so you can see what they was doing. But it was an old camera up in the sky.
Hello.
They captured it from the beginning to the end.
That's what's up.
And if
that's what's up.
I feel sorry for them, cause like they said, most cops come with these outlandish stories.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna fly this time.
It's not gonna fly this time. There are so many different variables in this story, and the one that really got to me was the fact that it's 5 black cops. Now, let's go back to some more beatings and some more killings of innocent black people that pretty much listened to what the law was telling them to do and ended up losing their lives. Let's go back to the most recent sentencing of Derek Chauvin. How long did it take for them to get him charged?
Over a year.
Okay.
Over a year.
These brothers right here, how long did it take for them to get charged?
20 seconds. That's how I feel like it was, because it pretty much came down all on the same day.
Yeah. All 5 of them.
Okay, I'll take that back. Within 3 weeks. Put it like that.
That's still quicker than Derek Chauvin.
Oh, yeah.
Way quicker.
And they still ain't done anything for Breonna. Have nobody been charged. This baby is dead.
Dead. Ain't coming
and no
back.
one has not been charged. Now, the neighbor who had bullet holes, he got charged something he got a fine. That officer that did, they got a fine. But the person that killed Breonna, nobody's been charged.
Yeah.
Somebody shot her.
Yeah, the bullet, it wasn't a magic bullet. It wasn't a magic bullet. So, you're missing with that one.
And this is why I said earlier, I don't think we can pull the race code. You said we can. Elaborate on what you mean.
Let me explain that real quick. You asked me a simple question when we were driving home from church. You said if Tyre Nichols was little Johnny Smith from down the block, the white boy, blonde hair, blue eyes. Scotty, little Scotty. Would they have beaten him like that? And I said no. There's the race card right there. That's number 1. Number 2, if these were 5 white cops, would there be this much of an outrage? Probably more.
Probably about the same amount that George Floyd got.
Exactly.
The guy in Oklahoma, the big guy that was selling,
Terrence Crutcher.
The guy that was selling the Lucy's, what's his name? That's selling the loose cigarettes.
In New York. I forgot his name.
Yeah, all of them. It'll be about the same coverage as that to me.
Yeah.
But this one, they lost their job, lost their pension, and has been convicted.
They've been convicted, just charged.
Well, just charged. But these people, they still didn't know what to charge these people. It took them forever to charge them with anything. But these 5 young men here has been pretty much, it's a wrap.
Yeah, they're done.
They really don't need to go to court for this.
They're done, yeah, because they've already been tried and convicted already. There was another case. Muhammad Noor, he's from the Sudan, but he looks like one of us. He killed a white woman. He lost his job immediately too. He's in prison now. They wasted no time convicting him.
And I must admit, our good buddy Mr. Crump is all on it.
Oh damn, much mouth.
But I do agree with what he said. He said now that this is taking place, it's sorrowful that this is taking place.
I agree.
But how quick they charged these 5 men, and he said you guarantee there's going to be another police killing.
Of course.
Where it's going to probably be a white or a other color.
Yeah.
That kill a black man or a brown man.
Yeah.
Would they be convicted as quick as these young men were?
They should be.
And if they're not, why not? How did these 5 get convicted? So they're on camera now, just like George Floyd. George Floyd was on camera.
Right there.
And it took forever for them to bring that case to fruition.
Damn it,
kind of like January 6th. January 6th is still going on. You know what I'm saying? All that is on camera. So why they take these 5 men a hot, quick second to get convicted, but these other people get to go home on bond and
administrative leave,
and all that.
On paid leave and all kinds of shit.
But these men has lost their jobs and have already been convicted of a crime.
And their pension, don't forget about their pension. They lost everything. They lost all the benefits.
So while they're riding away in jail, their family's going to be asked out.
Of course.
And that's sad. That's one of the reasons why I'm saying this story here. Right when you say, that's why we titled this show WTF. Because right when you think it couldn't get any bleaker, it has. And this is a dark time for us. I'm serious. Like I said, I don't want to talk about the black culture. I don't want to talk about the black organizations. But when all this first started, BLM, Black Lives Matter, was instituted.
Yep.
Is this a Black Lives Matter moment?
I would say so, because this goes along the lines of police brutality.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my opinion. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. But this is definitely one of those moments to where this is one of the, to me it is.
Because like maybe I just didn't understand what Black Lives Matter to me. I thought it was a movement because so many brown and black people were being killed,
mostly black,
by white cops.
That's
and
part of it.
I thought that's why they was formed.
That's part of it. But one thing you have to understand is this right here. When it comes to being a cop, you're not black or white. You're blue now.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was just going to say. When they was formed, it was called black on white crime. Now this is black on black crime. We can't pull a race card on this. So pretty much it's going to be civilian versus cop.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can, but you can't. It's a double-edged sword. You can, but you also you can't, because these are black cops that killed another black man,
young man, 29 years old.
Right, and I'm going to get onto that in a few minutes, but that's pretty much what that is. And again, like I said, if Tyre Nichols was Scott Jemison, from the other side of town,
Scott Smith from the other side of town, then this would have never happened. He would be alive right now. So that's why I say that's where the race card can be pulled in, because they would not have done that to a white man. They wouldn't have. And what's, I know you can't speak on these men, what their mindset was, but why wouldn't that be a case? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't a white man be in the same position as Mr. Trapper? Why wouldn't it? What's the difference that'll make them not treat him the same way they did this young man?
What color's a man?
So just because the color of his skin, they're gonna give him a little bit more dignity and not beat him down like a stray dog because he's a black man, he's a white man?
Does that answer your question?
I'm having a hard time, but I understand.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Because and you've seen it yourself on shows like Cops and everything else. You have seen white guys draw down on cops.
Baby, cuss them out.
Cuss them out. Yeah, cuss them motherfuckers out.
Call them out their names. Spit on them.
Everything. Yeah. Swing on them. They still alive.
They are. Yeah.
They're put in jail, but they're still alive.
I hate to say this, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in if I forget. I don't think this is about a traffic stop.
I don't think it was either.
I think either he was messing with somebody later.
I hate
to put that on us women, but most people when they get this angry, it's about something deeper than
Mike is in here.
Hey, Michael.
Mike said, "Why to take 5 cops to handle one person as talented and highly trained as the police officers are?"
Right.
That's a good question, Mike.
Absolutely.
That's a really good question. So, with that said, man, I don't know, Mike. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
It's sad.
It's really sad because it took those guys.
And that's why I say it's cowardly. I'm thinking if they didn't have all of them putting their weight on him, and then when they handcuff him, I think he would have got a couple of licks in. I think he would have got a couple of licks in. Even though I know that's not wrong either. You're not supposed to swing on your cops that's supposed to serve and protect you. But if you feel like you're getting mistreated, you're going to try to defend yourself.
Of course.
And that's what makes them cowards, because they knew, let's go ahead and handcuff him.
Yeah.
And I think everybody that was there, the 5 cops need to be charged. The 2 sheriffs that drove up need to be charged.
Everybody's
the paramedics who came and just stood there for over 23 minutes and just had that man sitting on the ground, not trying to get him no aid or anything. They need to be charged as well.
I agree with you on that.
I hope, and I must say this too. I'm gonna reiterate again. I don't have any children on this earth, but his mother is calling for peace and calmness right now. I don't know.
Well, you know my view on that.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know my view on that. So let me ask you a question, babe. I mean, this is just me and you talking here. And I asked you this question before. I just want you to say it for the listening audience. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm driving down the street. I get stopped by the police. I get arrested. And for some reason, for whatever reason, I get beat down for whatever reason. They come knocking on your door and tell you, we got your husband in jail right now Well, he's in the hospital right now, but he's under arrest for drunk driving. Mm-hmm. Would you believe that?
No. Unless somebody don't slip you a roofie or something. No, because that's not your character. You don't drink like that.
Exactly.
And a mother knows her child.
Yeah.
And when they called her and told her that, she was like, who? Not my child.
Mm-hmm. My son don't drink like that.
I don't know. It's heart-wrenching. It's just... And here's another grown man calling out for his mother. And you know how that lady must feel to hear this on tape and she wasn't able to save her child?
Man, I'm just going to be honest with you. I tell people all the time, and we talked about this earlier on the show. There's nothing wrong with being a mama's boy.
Absolutely
nothing
not.
at all. I'm a mama's boy. Mm-hmm. So it's no big deal. But George Floyd did the same thing. George Floyd did the same thing. He was calling for his mother when he was being suffocated to death.
Right.
Now, I'm just going to be completely honest with you. If that were me, I would probably call out for my mother too. Either that or call out for you.
Excuse me. Absolutely.
One of the two. But that being said, and I agree with you on one thing you said. You said this might have been a hit piece. I agree with you.
It just don't seem like
nothing adds up.
A police stop?
This is a routine
traffic stop.
Right. This is a routine traffic stop. Mike admitted he's a mama's boy too. Hey, brother, we're in the same boat.
Yes, we know. Yes, we know that. Yes, everybody know that, Michael. Yeah, but like I said earlier too, it just shows you how you treat your mother, how you gonna treat your mate, and that's a given.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. So I think I might get mom on the phone later on if she's up.
Yeah.
But still, that would be. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm still kind of at awe of what happened. And like I said, I have too many questions.
Speak on it though. And Mike, if you can put in the chat too how you felt when you first felt. What was your first emotion? What was your first thought? Because I know we just went through the George Floyd. We just went to Philando Castile. We just went to I forget the man that was selling the Lucy's, and he was out. Several people have said, "I can't breathe. I can't breathe." Calling out for someone to help them. George Floyd and this young man calling out for their mothers. You as a black man seeing this once again happening, but this time black men are doing it to another black man. What was your first emotion? What was your first thought?
I'm telling them to call in.
Okay. What was your first thought?
Here we go again.
Yeah. That's why I said WT not again. Not again. But then what makes this one so heart-wrenching is that who did it?
Who did it? That's the one thing that got to me. This is, you got 5 black men that took out 1 black man. Why did they do that? And that's my biggest question is why? That's my biggest question. Why did you do this to this young man?
Right.
They can't even give it. They don't even have an answer for that. I bet they don't have an answer for that.
And I don't think anyone has anyone sat down and like interviewed or questioned the officers?
That's a good. I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's odd.
I don't think so.
That's really odd. Because we're all just speculating and we're all trying to make some kind of sense out of this, but we really don't know. Of course we know, like I said, even on the recording, you can see they were like, "What's wrong with you? What you take? Are you high? Are you high?" You know, it's like they were trying to make it seem like, we got Mike. Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Brother-in-law, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hold on. Turn this music down. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right, man. Hey, Mike, the floor is yours. What you got for us?
Man, let me tell you this. One thing that I'm having some issues with this whole situation is 5 black cops
Mhm.
and one black person who got in trouble.
Mhm.
Okay.
How are we going to talk about our lives matter when you got people who were supposed to be upholding the law and
Mhm.
serving the community after all that's been happening, with these police officers, when a lot of this stuff, when these cops were going around killing folks,
Yeah.
people were retaliating and started killing cops,
Right.
as you remember.
Oh
See,
yes.
we're going back down that road again
Mm-hmm.
where people don't really understand. Yeah, we talk about all this peace stuff, but man, you already know it's going to be some people that's going to start taking out some of these police officers again.
Mhm.
And we're
Mhm.
going to have war amongst ourselves, citizens versus the people who's supposed to be serving us. And it's a sad situation
Mhm.
when black folk still can't do anything without getting beat down and killed for little stupid reasons, man.
That's right.
I agree with you,
It
Mike.
breaks my heart as a black man to see and hear how other black men, no one de-escalated that thing and said, "Man, that's enough."
Mhm.
I think
Man.
this dude learned his lesson. Like I said, how these cops, no matter what color they are trained highly, man. We got people that, as you know, at our congregation who are police
Uh
officers.
huh.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
You're trained. I mean, they know martial arts. They know boxing. They know how to take you down. I mean, we got women who are in law enforcement.
Right.
They can take dudes bigger than them down.
Right.
Mhm.
So to have 5 guys, no matter what color they are, take down one man like that, and then you boasting and bragging about that.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Now
Yeah.
you got people who don't want to become police officers, young people.
Mhm.
You know,
Yep.
they ask you what you want to be.
Yep.
Cops gonna be at the bottom of the list.
Mhm.
Uh huh.
Now what you gonna do with crime?
There you
Mhm.
go.
Crime which is gonna help escalate crime now,
Mhm.
Yep.
because ain't nobody gonna report nothing to the police.
There you go.
And they're killing all the police. All the police gonna be scared to want to go out and patrol the area again,
Right.
because they scared of losing their life because they want to go home to their families.
Right.
Mhm.
One apple spoiled the whole barrel, man.
Oh
Absolutely.
And
man,
there was
that's a
some,
good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it, man. And
Yeah.
like I was saying earlier, Mike, I don't know if you caught it or not. Whenever they put that uniform on, they're not black anymore. They're blue. So
Yeah.
and they bleed blue. They don't bleed red anymore. They bleed blue. And
Oh, yeah.
to have those cops come out there, and Mike, I'm a martial artist myself. With your
Uh-huh.
hands tied behind your back, you can't do jack. You can't do anything.
Yep.
He couldn't defend himself, and these guys, 5 of them, mind you, beat him like he owed them money.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like you, Mike, I'm still kind of pissed off about the situation because of the fact that they
Oh.
are black men doing this to another black man.
Right.
Exactly.
That's the main thing that got to me.
Let me say this, Reggie.
Okay.
What do you think white people are going to say about this thing now?
You know what? We was
What
getting
do you
ready to
think
get to
they're
that.
going to say about this?
That was the next thing
Now,
we were
you
gonna say.
all
Yeah.
sitting around here downrating us,
Yeah.
and these white cops and these white racists and all this other stuff. Here, your own people
Yep.
doing the same crap we doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can
Exactly.
tell you, I can tell you what they're getting
See,
ready
that
to
made
do,
us
Mike.
look like fools, man.
It does.
Mike, I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen. What they're doing, they just sitting back and saying, "See, I told you."
Exactly.
That's exactly what they're doing.
What they're saying.
Yep.
I
I
don't
told
care
you.
what nobody say, man. These white folks is going to point the finger and they're going to laugh.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Because
what they're
they're going to
doing.
say, you bunch of hypocrites.
There you go.
You talk about your Black Lives Matter? No, man, come on.
Good point. Very good point.
That's a
Your
good
Black
point.
Lives don't mean nothing, man. They don't even give you long prison sentence because they kill you nowadays.
That's true. That's
So
very
what
true.
makes you think that? Exactly, man. Come on.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, Rich.
I agree.
And us as black men, we got to start fearing even deeper for our own lives.
I agree with you on that one.
But see, the
Yeah.
thing is, they normally say, well, the reason why we did them like that because they weren't complying. This young man was complying. So what
He
happened?
was complying.
What happened? Why is he dead now?
Good question. And he's not the
That's a
only
good
one.
question.
And he's not the only one because the guy from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Terrence Crutcher, he was doing exactly what he was told, hands up and everything. Next thing you know, they put 2 hot ones in him.
Yep.
Exactly. Now, how do you why you want to do that? I'm still just dumbfounded, and I don't care how things are trying to improve. Reggie and Michelle, how is it that my skin color is so negative
Right.
to other folks, even my own people.
Right.
Why is that?
Right.
Well, here's the thing
It's
about
not
that,
negative.
Mike.
It's inferior. It's an inferior complex.
Yeah, it's an inferiority complex,
Yeah.
like she was saying, because like the thing of it is, if you remember back in your history lessons, Mike, it was illegal for a slave to learn how to read and write.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay, and the reason why it was is because white people, to be honest with you, are honestly afraid of us. And whenever they do, and whenever you're afraid of somebody, you don't want them to prosper. And so they will have anything in place to make sure that you don't prosper. And they will, and then the best way to kill a snake is to put your own snake inside the nest so they snake and kill those other snakes. And that's that's exactly what's going on right now. You got those vetted black people that will sell their own mama out to get a pound of hair from the white man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's I mean, even just if there's another black man who listens to this show, call them.
Look at his phone.
Just texting and on how this is, because it's at the point where there's so many of us who trying to educate ourselves, who trying to better ourselves, not impress our black women, but trying to get them to see that we're trying to become these leaders. We just got through celebrating Martin Luther King. You know, he was trying to peace and all this stuff. But as a black man, it's like we still got targets on our back. We're still labeled. We still have to get 100% just to get half of the glory.
Oh man,
we still going through this whole rigmarole, man. And that sermon told us you have to bring your duffel bag nowadays.
That's right.
oh, no doubt about it.
And your pom poms, and you got to bring your socks, and you got to bring all this stuff.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense no more, man. It's getting to the point where it's just ridiculous.
I agree.
When y'all leave your house,
ridiculous.
you black men, when y'all, even black women, when we leave our house now, we gotta drive under the speed limit in the right hand lane, get home before dark, and pretty much don't talk to nobody when you outside. Don't say nothing. Don't look at nobody. But you brought up about Martin Luther King, so let me ask you. That's what we spoke about last week. If Martin Luther King was alive today, do you think he'll be proud of where we are as black people?
Nope.
Yeah.
I said the same thing.
He'll feel like his shoes have been run over for nothing.
Oh Lord.
You know what, Mike? I said that very same thing. I said that very same thing.
He'll feel like he wasted his time walking up and down these streets talking about how Black Lives Matter. I mean, this Black Lives Matter thing just didn't happen all of a sudden. It was doing the Martin Luther King era, man.
It was just named something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just stuck a name on it. Yeah, they just stuck a name on it.
Yeah.
And see, that's just a waste. I mean, it's what is it all for if you're gonna, like now, march up and down the street holding up fists and signs talking about we matter, but then you got people in Congress who don't even care.
Nope.
Oh, say it again.
You got people in Congress who don't even care.
And some of them the same color you are that don't care.
I ain't gonna say it out loud, but you know who I'm talking about. They'll prove these other folk.
Yep.
Lovers of themselves to get approved quicker than us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we going through all kind of hell, and I'm just sitting back some days and just wonder when is it going to get better? Not when it's going to end.
It don't seem like it is. It like it's getting worse. Just like with this situation here, just like I said, after that George Floyd, I know there's been some others, but y'all, what make this one so pathetic to me? Not a bullet involved.
No bullets at all.
Not a bullet. They literally beat this man with their fists and their feet to death.
That's right. That's what I'm telling you.
That's
See, them brothers were swole.
Yeah.
They have muscle.
Yeah.
And police officers, every police officer I've known, they thick, they cut.
Right.
They talented.
And Trevor was tall. He was tall, but he was slim.
Yeah.
He was a tall, slim guy, so he had no choice.
Exactly.
And then when they put his hands behind his back and cuffed him, it was a lost cause after then.
Yep.
After that, it was over.
Yep.
That's right.
I just hated for his mom, though. She had to go to the hospital and see him like that. And then to see the actual footage, oh my God. Hey, you seen the video?
No, I saw it on my Facebook page. And I said, man, what is that? And never knew that this is what they were talking about on the media.
Yeah.
When I started reading, I said, well, I'd be dog. Because they didn't show no police officers that had done that. No, I mean I saw it on my Facebook page, and I said, "Man, who beat this dude up?"
Right.
Right.
And that's when I later found on the news, and they showed that picture again. I said, "Well, I'd be dang,
Yep. That's pretty
somebody
much.
did that."
Yep.
Let me ask you this, Reggie.
Okay.
Now you know martial arts,
Yeah.
and you know they teach you techniques.
Yeah.
One of the things is, and you know my brother-in-law, my other brother-in-law, he's in the Kenpo and everything too.
Right.
Now, as a martial arts expert, how do you feel about these officers who are talented like that? And you mentioned you know martial arts, but then you get beat down like that. How do you feel about this?
Mike, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. As a martial artist, I would, I wouldn't put anyone through that. I really wouldn't. I mean, I don't care how mad I get at somebody. I would not do someone like that just to be doing it. They had I mean, in my personal opinion, Mike, they had a vendetta against this dude. I mean, that's the only way, because, you know, if you're going to beat somebody down like that, especially if you know martial arts or even just boxing. Well, boxing is a martial art too, but even if you just know boxing, you don't do somebody like that unless you have a vendetta against that person.
But we all know your hands, but they teaches us too. Well, you taught me that. That's why I be trying to shut up sometimes. Your hands and your feet is like a weapon.
Exactly. You know, because because I walk down the street with my head because I am a weapon. I ain't got to worry about it.
Exactly. You can crack somebody's neck, break their neck just by twisting it.
Exactly.
So that's why I be like, let me shut up sometime. My tongue.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with this.
Yeah.
It made me wonder when I saw these dudes, how they treat their wives,
oh man,
or their girlfriends. Because if you do a citizen like that, like you mentioned earlier, you know how you treat your mom is how you gonna treat.
That's right, your mate,
your woman,
and your children.
Your mate. And if you are treating citizens like that, can you imagine what their girlfriends and their wives and women they mess around with going through?
Well, this is what I said. Supposedly this Scorpion unit was produced in 2021. Now, it makes me wonder how many other people they done came across and treated them like this, and they have not said anything.
Oh, good question.
Exactly.
Good question.
Yeah, because the lady that's over that department, she's a black lady. I forgot her name. She was like, well, I really don't want to think that this was anything bad, because once they started this Scorpion unit, they really have cleaned up the streets.
Okay.
But how many other people had they treated like they treated Mr. Nichols?
Good question.
That just have not said anything or was too scared to come forward.
That's a good question.
Exactly.
So it's a twofold question for me. So until we can get some kind of something out of these officers, I'm just gonna look at them as big murderers. They murdered this man in the streets.
That's what they did.
That's
exactly
right.
what they did.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
That's right.
It's sad.
Because should nobody, I ain't just talking about, I'm talking about anybody of any color who would do that kind of damage to somebody. You got to be concerned about how they treat their loved ones and their family members.
That's right.
Exactly. I agree with you on that one, Mike.
Regardless that they are cop or not.
Absolutely.
Because this is the reason why women are going around talking about, we talked about this domestic violence stuff at church. Remember the PowerPoint?
Yep.
What folks is going through?
Yep.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That kind of beating, I mean, it ain't about nothing being sensitive. That kind of beating makes you wonder about the other person who committed that. That's a crime. And just like these other officers, those officers need to pay that price. They need to serve their time, since they into the serving business. They need to serve their time behind bars, because that was murder.
Yeah.
And
that was murder.
And I was saying earlier,
their
Mike,
lives were not threatened.
And I was saying earlier, Mike, that before we got the show started, once they get in prison, and when they do, and they are going to prison. Once they get in prison, they are going to be passed around and pimped out for a carton of cigarettes.
Unless they put them in isolation.
Unless they put them in solitary confinement.
They gonna get it from white people, Aryan people, Mexican people. They gonna get it for everybody in jail.
They gonna get it from everybody.
First of all, they not even look at them because they're black. They gonna look at them because they're cops.
Exactly. That's the first thing.
And they gonna think they gonna try to try them because they don't have no billy club, they don't have no guns, so they gonna try to take them.
Oh, no doubt.
And then they gonna try to take something else.
Oh yeah, they gonna take that booty hole.
That's sad, man.
and
then they lost their pension, so now their family's gonna be out here with nothing, unless the other mate has a decent job. They're gonna be out here struggling.
That's it.
Because of what they did You know this happened on your birthday, right?
Really?
It happened on January 7th.
That's what's the name birthday?
Oh, that's right. Yours the 4th. That's Charles. I'm sorry. I was like, somebody's birthday on the 7th. Charles' birthday. Yeah, it happened on. I said, wait a minute. This just happened. I thought it happened the other day.
I think that's Rodney. Rodney, you talking about?
Oh, that's right. Right. Yeah.
Yes,
it kept happening. It kept happening. I'm thinking, did this just happen today? But kind of find it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's what makes it so funny. Just like, like Benjamin Crumb, every time something happens, Benjamin Crumb is around. But, y'all, he is on the high profile cases. But the man makes a lot of sense. He said, now that this has happened, if it happened again, because it's going to happen again, and it's probably going to be another white person shoot another black person, are they going to be convicted as quick as these? Even though these 5 men was wrong, are they going to be convicted as quick as these 5 were convicted?
I personally think they're going to get lesser crime.
You know what? That's
wow! You said lesser?
That's
If another white cop shoot a black person, they probably gonna get a lesser crime because right now, as you know, that dude that killed the Ariana.
Yes.
They trying to get that lawyer. His lawyers are trying to get him a retrial.
A Tatiana. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a time. Yeah.
They're appealing that case right now.
And see, what I don't understand about that, he lied. His little camera recorded everything. His own partner said he didn't say it. So what are you trying to get a lesser crime for?
I'm telling you,
Why?
man. I keep saying it.
You're on film, sir.
I keep saying it.
It don't matter, Michelle.
I keep saying it. He got the complexion with the connection for the protection.
But this baby is gone. Right. She not coming back.
It don't matter.
So why you get to go to Club Fed?
It don't matter.
That's not fair.
It don't matter. Only thing he did, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. He killed a nigga, and that's the only thing. And that's the only thing they see. That's it.
That's right.
That's it.
And then, like with him, it took almost over a year to get convicted. These 5 men were convicted, seemed like in 20 seconds.
Yep.
So what's the difference? So I guess it is the color of the skin.
Now they didn't get convicted. They just got charged.
Which we the charge, same thing. They going. They gonna go.
I know they gonna get convicted.
And I doubt if they have a long sentence court hearing like these, like January 6th. January 6th is still going on.
And they ain't put nobody in jail yet.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe a handful of people.
Let me ask you this. Now, Ariana was educated.
Yeah.
She was intelligent.
Right.
She was smart.
Yep.
Oh my God. How do y'all feel? Because you say he killed another nigga.
Yep.
But how do you feel? No matter what you do, that's all they see you as.
That's what they see a lot of us as.
We talked about that. Y'all talked about that in another
they don't care how many degrees.
Being educated.
They don't care how many degrees you have. They don't have how many letters behind your name. They don't care. They, like you just said earlier, they see the color of your skin.
That's a joke. That's an old joke. That's an old joke. Yeah, see, there's an old joke that white people used to tell amongst themselves. They said, "What do you call a nigga with a college degree?" You call him a nigga. They don't call him nothing else but a nigga. That's a joke. He's still a nigga. Because here I am. I'm sitting across a woman with, 2 degrees? She got 2 degrees. I got 1. You got a degree, Mike. They don't care. They don't care about your wife has a degree. So, they don't give a damn about us having all these degrees because the only thing they see is 4 niggas.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's all they
like in that movie Passing we was looking at. That movie is so disgusting to me.
Yeah.
Because in the end, he thought she was white. Loving on her, giving her anything she wanted. Soon he found out she had a drop of black blood in her. He commenced to try to cuss her out, call her a nigga.
Exactly.
And then hit her. What you hit me for?
For real?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just the color of your skin. It don't matter. It does not matter.
It don't matter.
And that's what's sickening. You mean to tell me that my skin color infuriates you or make you so nervous? Cause like we were looking at a movie last night called Little John. Night John. And we also saw the new Will Smith movie, Emancipation. And the way they used to treat slaves, just because I just, it's heart-wrenching to see what we went through just because this person had a whip in their hand or this person had a gun in their hand and they felt superior over us. They didn't want us to learn how to read because they felt like if we learned how to read, we were going to be free. It's sickening. And if you think about it now, in essence, we're still living in slavery time. Yeah, we're doing a little bit better, but not much. Not much. And it's sad. It's really, really sad.
Well, do you think we're still in the slave mentality?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's like you can't get further, you can't do nothing. They try to stagnate you in certain things, especially like on your job. You've been there 15, 20 years, they bring somebody there over you. How is that?
Hold on, Mike. I disconnected.
That's crazy.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. And that's crazy. Like, you can be on your job 15, 20 years. They'll still bring somebody in there over you. Or like as a woman, I'm doing the same job as you're doing as a man, but I'm getting paid 76 cents on the dollar where you getting your whole dollar. It shouldn't matter what my sex is. It should matter that I'm doing the job the same way or the same potential that you're doing it. So yeah, I do. I think in essence, we as women are getting still in the slave trade, and you as black men are still in the slave trade. You can have a cohort at work, probably don't have no degree. You have a degree. He probably got his position because of his daddy played golf with Mr. John. And Mr. John said, okay, well, tell him to come on down here and get a job. He come in there and don't do half the job that you do. You probably get paid more than you do. That's slave mentality.
That's slave mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So we are still in the slave mentality
in
the 20th century.
Oh, yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm saying. That's why I asked you, what do you think Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and all those brothers who stomped across the bridges and had their little alligator shoes on, and their suits on, walking and protesting and singing, and trying to get a better way for black people, and it's like we barely have moved the needle. The needle probably don't move. I mean, yeah, I know we got a couple of black billionaires. I know we have some millionaires that are black, mostly entertainers and athletes. We do have some that did it the right way. You know, we do have a couple that probably created some product or have some nice big business, but we don't have too many.
I got to answer.
What does that mean? We have black billionaires and millionaires, and still ain't nothing getting done.
Exactly. For a purpose, like we did this one time on the podcast. This man is a millionaire. He's an awesome basketball. Yes, he's an athlete, but he put in his time and he put in his craft. Look how they treated Tyre. Look how they treating Kanye. Now y'all know when Kanye first CD came out, that was bad.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
That boy he was talented. Now look how they treat him. They treat Kanye like he is a bipolar, nappy-headed bum living on the bridge.
Let me explain all of that. Let me explain all that real quick. The reason why that's going on right now is because black people as a whole, even though we've made some quote-unquote progress, we haven't progressed at all. We haven't moved not one iota. Because you have to understand something. When you're in the foot race and you give somebody a head start, you already know who's going to win. Who's had a head start all their lives? White people. So, of course, because if they were on an even playing field with black people, we surpass them.
Right.
And they know that. Yeah. Again, I've always said that. White people are afraid of us. They always have been. And they will continue to be afraid of us. There's white people in my job right now that hate my guts, and I don't give a damn.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
You have a new career, and you already got people who are jealous of you.
Right.
Exactly. And I don't care. I love it. I think it's funny.
I guess that's more reason why I keep saying it myself. When we get jobs, I'm talking about all of us black folks nowadays, even this economical crisis. When we get our jobs, the first thing we need to do is start investing our money to help make more money to get your own stuff.
And that's what I'm doing right now.
And that's what I mentioned on the podcast before. Why can't we have another Tulsa?
We can.
Why can't we? We have, like I said, we have quite a few billionaires now. We have quite a few millionaires. We're making our own money. We're making good money compared to what our forefathers made.
Yeah.
Why can't we just have our own? We pretty much created everything in the world anyway.
True that.
Pretty much.
So why can't we just have our own little everything?
We can.
They gonna blow it up like they did before, and that's the part right there I don't get. Why y'all keep telling us pull yourself up by your bootstraps? We're doing that, but then you get jealous, for lack of a better word, and try to take the boot. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your shoestrings so you can't tie your shoes up.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
So it's like here or there. What do you want? What do you want? You tell me what to do. You told me go to school, get a better education. I've done that. I still can't move the needle. You told me to pull myself up by my bootstrap. I did that. I started from the bottom. Now here, shout out to Drake. You still won't give me a break.
Right.
What do I do to satisfy you people?
Nothing. Stop trying to satisfy.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask y'all this.
Okay.
Well, do you think they're going to consider us more violent now that this has happened?
Oh, that's why I was telling Reggie.
You know what?
I think now.
Are we going to be labeled as more violent now and a threat?
The first thing they gonna say, see how they treat their own.
That's exactly what they're
going
to be doing.
See how they treat him? He black.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. But like I said, those cops right there, the second they put their uniform on and beat that boy to death, they were no longer black. They're blue now.
And that's why I said there's no, like I had asked Reggie earlier, we can't, like when Black Lives Matter came out, like I said, it's just another form of what was out when, Martin Luther King then was doing it. When it first came out, now it was more or less like white on black crime. Right. White people was killing black and brown people, mostly black people. Now that this has happened, black on black crime, I don't think it's a racial issue. It's more or less like a cop issue. So then I asked myself, is this the way they're training them how to treat civilians in the street?
No, just black ones.
Exactly.
And that's when I come back and say, I don't think so. Everybody keeps saying all bad cops. There's not all cops not bad cops.
And that's true.
True that. So in this essence, I think this is personal.
I agree.
And I think that they need to answer for it.
I agree with you.
But don't want nobody to know the truth, because the other party that knows is gone. Because I'm pretty sure all 5 of them gonna get their little so-called story together, and it's gonna be the same. So it's gonna be a one-sided story. That's why I'm saying I don't think these guys gonna do that much time.
I agree with you.
I don't think they're gonna do that much time. They probably gonna get charged with second degree.
I'd like to know what really escalated.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And we won't know. We won't know because the other party is gone.
That beat down, but I had no traffic stop.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then they try to say he was high. They say he was high. They say he was drunk. They say he was driving erratic. Okay, come on now. Was he doing all 3?
He didn't look like he was drunk when they pulled him out the car.
He didn't. He didn't stumble or nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not at all. So
that's what I can't understand, because if you were drunk, there's no way you gonna get out the car and talk about what I do.
You ain't gonna take out running like that. This man was running straight.
He was running straight, boy. He was drunk.
That's right.
He was running straight for his life. He was running.
Somebody lying, man.
That's what I'm saying. And we will never know the truth because he's gone.
No, yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah. They getting their stories together right now. They're getting the stories together right now. Let's just say he was drunk, but they're going to say that he was drunk, he was acting erratic, and that's why they had to beat him the way they did.
Even if they do get some time, first of all, they're going to take into account their police officers.
Yep.
They serve and protect.
Yep.
I think they all been on the force for over 5 years.
Yep.
So they're going to do them just like they did this white police in the Tatiana case.
Yep.
And I think the only reason why they gave him 10 years is because they knew if they didn't give that man something, they were going to tear Fort Worth, Texas up.
You ain't lying.
They were going to burn it down just like they did LA with Rodney King.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying, especially Stop 6. Shout out to Stop 6. And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think he know that he has a chance. That's why he's trying to come back in and reflip the decision, because he know I'm a cop.
Yep.
I've been a cop for all these years.
Yep.
I serve and protect. I should get better treatment.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure this the same attitude they're gonna have toward these 5 men, because they was.
Do you know that's the sad part about that? This cop, police officer career thing. I mean, they already, and don't get me wrong, I know sometimes they usurp their authority for respect, because a cop's life is a dangerous career.
Oh, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
But the thing that pisses me off is they use that wild card. to say I'm a cop, so I shouldn't have to this and I shouldn't have to that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And that's what pisses me off. I'm like,
It's like
this is what our tax dollars is paying for?
Yeah.
For these cops to be able to do what they want to do and get away with almost get away with murder.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
it's just like I said, Mike. You know, it's like a get out of jail free card, literally, with them.
Yeah.
So that being said, they think that the rules don't apply to them because they enforce the rules.
Yeah, see, and that, oh man. I mean, it's less like back in the day when the white cops would walk in a diner and everybody show them respect and they go to acting a fool, nobody does nothing.
Right.
It's almost like that's this wild card that they have, and it's just like it's written in the mission statement or something, because
The oath they take.
you're no better after the long day when you take off. It's just like being in the military, in my opinion, because when you serve in the military, the government treats you like royalty.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Soon as you over, you become this bum. They don't know you no more. Your name don't matter. Your life don't matter.
Nothing more than an
There's
asset.
a lot of situations where military people end up bums on the street and homeless.
Oh yeah,
right.
no doubt.
But it's
And
just
the military don't come and see about them and nothing.
No,
but
they
it's
don't.
just like you said earlier. A lot of these cops be doing domestic violence. When they do domestic violence, now if that was you over there whooping on Kimberly ass, you going to jail.
No doubt.
How
Exactly.
many police officers that had domestic violence you see go to jail
Not very many, if any.
or go to trial or anything?
Not very many.
That's
if
what
any.
I'm saying. So what's the
about that
difference?
situation.
That's what I'm saying. What's the difference? Domestic violence. I don't
I
care
agree
what
with
your
you on that.
profession is.
It's like I said. Once they put their uniform on, they're blue. They're not black. They're not white. They're blue. And with
Yeah.
them being blue, the rules don't apply to them.
It's sad though.
I agree.
It's sad.
I agree. But that's the way it is.
It's really sad. But what we gonna do?
It's
We're
too
gonna
political to me, man. This
Yeah.
boy lost his life politically.
yeah.
The way I see it,
Real
it's a
sad.
political stunt too,
Well,
because it doesn't make any sense anymore. But and these chief of police and these captains, what are they doing to try to improve the situation? They claim they get on TV and they claim they're doing something about it,
Right.
but ain't nothing getting done, man.
Same old scenario every other month.
Yeah. Every time you turn
Every other
around.
month.
Every time you turn around.
It
Every
just
time you
this
turn around.
time.
It's always a situation like that.
Yep.
But I guess this time this one made national news because it was black on black.
Yeah,
Black on
and
black.
you know how that's gonna run, because
Oh man, yeah.
what
It's
made me mad
over.
about Channel 8 was Channel 8 actually showed that several times.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, now, had this been a white man getting, they probably would have cut that story
Mm-hmm.
and said, we can't show you the graphics.
Yeah. Oh no! Oh
It's
no!
always
They wouldn't
like
have showed that. They wouldn't have showed that. They wouldn't have showed
It's
that.
always like that.
They
Every
wanna
time it
show
comes to
that
somebody
detail.
white, man, they don't show the graphics all the time.
They blur
They
it
showed
out.
these graphics several times.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, why is it when it comes to black people, they want to show this stuff? Well, we must warn you that this stuff is kind of graphic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they can't stomach it when it happens to some white folks.
Oh
Right.
come on! Say it again.
Well, let me say this right now because shout out to our homeboy Trump. Trump said.
And I don't even like Trump.
That's why I said Trump said this should never have happened. Now when some narcissists like Trump say that this shouldn't happen, we got a problem.
Exactly.
We have a problem because he is
He's a arrogant,
he's
racist.
he's a horse
narcissistic-
riding, whip toting. He's
Exactly.
a
that just
master.
goes to show
Oh
you.
yeah, he's boss on the plantation.
He's a master.
He's
you know
boss
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
plantation. He's
and
boss
so
on the
when this
plantation.
when this master said we have a problem, there's a problem.
That's right.
This never should have happened. With him saying that, I was like, oh my God, Trump said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's just keep his family straight up in prayer. They supposed to have his services on Wednesday, and Al Sharpton is going to do the eulogy. I don't know if they're going to broadcast it like they did George Floyd, but it's a sad situation. Like I said, I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. I just want it to be fair across the board. Just fair across the board.
And that's all black people have been asking for, is a fair shake, which we haven't been getting since day one. Ever since we were supposedly freed and the chains off.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's all we've been asking for.
Unless, and I'm gonna say this before we get ready to go. Unless somebody can prove me wrong, I don't think this was about no traffic stop. I think this boy probably missing one of their daughters.
Michelle, it's not
Or
about
he
a
probably was
I
missing.
agree.
He probably missing one of their wives, and he was like, "There you go, right there. Pull him over, pull it over." And they were trying to. And I think it
I'm telling you.
I think it got out of hand.
I agree.
I think it got out of hand. When they saw
It's
him
not
sitting,
about no traffic stop.
Nope.
no, I think
There
this
ain't
was
about no traffic
personal.
stop, like I told you. And many folks done got traffic and citations. You think this is about a traffic stop?
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. And see, now, I think they probably.
No.
I think honestly, if these 5 cops would tell the truth, they didn't think this man was gonna die. Cause even when the paramedics let him sit there for 23 minutes and administer him no kind of help or anything. And then when he went to the hospital, his mom said when she walked in there, his head was the size of a watermelon.
Yeah, I got that.
His
I got
nose was twisted like an S. His throat had protruded out so far that it was busting open. They did not think this man was gonna die. I promise you. Cause when you look at him sitting inside that car, and he kept falling over, and they kept pushing him up. He didn't look that bad, but by the time he got to that hospital on that second day, he looks.
That's because
awful.
his hemorrhage didn't kick in.
There you go. That's exactly it. Internal bleeding.
His brain started swelling. Yeah.
Internal bleeding.
Yeah.
His hemorrhage didn't kick in until afterwards.
Right. And
So, it's just like if you get hit now, that bruise and pain will start coming in a few days
hours
and hours
later. Yeah.
After the fact.
That's why I bet
your
they
body
didn't think.
has to say, okay, well, we have to swell this up in order,
to start the healing process.
But your cells and all that stuff, they have to go in there and swell something up in order to bring it back down.
And that's what I'm thinking. I think that's why I'm keep saying, I don't think this is the first time these people have done this.
No.
I think they've done this to other people, but they survived.
Yeah.
This young man, he didn't survive.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't survive. 3 days later. That's crazy. That's just...
Exactly.
It's crazy. Well, thank you, brother, for your commentary. Good points. Good points you made.
Real good points.
Appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, man. I got your text, and I said, well, let me get on here. It's been a while since I got on here since y'all talking about. I thought y'all were talking about the game here. About how Jalen kicked that butt.
Oh, yeah. They going back to the Super Bowl. Eagle bound.
Yeah.
Well, while we on the phone... While you on the phone, the show topic today was supposed to be about...
the Oedipus complex.
The Oedipus complex. You know anything about that?
The who?
The Oedipus complex. I'll explain to you. Okay, the Oedipus complex is really, really simple. It's when a man or a boy thinks that his mother is his woman, and she don't want her to have a life. She don't want another man in his mother's life except for him. That's the Oedipus complex.
And some women treat their boys like their mate.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. I've been hearing stories about that, man.
Yeah.
And what is up with this nowadays?
Well, Mike, I was going to talk about that because the reason why I brought it up is because there's a scene in the movie Baby Boy when Melvin told Jody that he has an Oedipus complex. He thinks his mama is his woman. And that's why I thought about that. I said, damn, that'd be a good subject to talk about. So, in the black community with a lot of these single mothers out here, the first thing out their mouths is this right here. My son is the man of my house.
Right.
Okay? And that's not true because you're the man of your house, Mike. You know good and well that there is no way that you could be the man of your mama's house unless you're doing everything that the man of the house is supposed to do. And I do mean everything.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Right. You get where I'm coming from. So there is no way. And I wish women would stop saying this stupid shit. Your son is not the man of your house. He's just your son. Nothing more, nothing less, unless you and him got a freaky ass relationship.
Let me say this, Reggie. When you got women who have sons and the daddy leaves, I think the mentality on that is when the mother sits down and says, well, you're the man of the house now. Yeah. You're gonna have to step up. Yeah. But I think they don't openly explain it thoroughly, all the the other rules that goes with that, not being like the man as you mentioned. Right. I mean that's dangerous ground right there, bro, because that's just like when you have young ladies who are looking for their father figure and they daddy is going around messing with their daughters. Right. And then they looking for their daddy. And their dad is acting like that. So when the man starts cheating on them, it don't faze them. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Yeah. I agree with you on that, man. Everything you said, I agree with you 100%. I think that's the problem. Too many of these parents is really well, I guess too tied to their kid.
They trying to be their kid's friend. You
Yeah.
need to be a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they love her and all this other stuff, and that's dangerous ground nowadays, man.
Yeah, it is.
Very much so. Very much so.
That's dangerous ground. That's
And
an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Now, let me segue to this. By that being such an issue nowadays, is that why we got so many RuPauls running around here?
Exactly.
Is that why we got so many men got their feet beat better than mine, and they got a full beard with it?
Yeah.
Billy Porter.
Yeah.
Can walk in heels better than any Tyra Banks ever could.
Lil Nas
Now, I'm not
X.
gonna blame that on women. I'm not
No.
gonna blame that on women, but I think that might be 15% of the problem.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I mean,
Well, let's look at it this way. Why is this such a growing epidemic
good question. That's why I want to talk about it for. That's what I want to talk about it
among
for.
women and men? Because
Right.
you know it's sad that you got beautiful, gorgeous, drop dead women who would prefer other women
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
and
yeah.
men, and it's so openly. Reg, I don't know about you, man, but when I see these commercials, you know, when they have these HIV commercials,
Yeah.
and they have these dudes, you know, lip lock.
Yeah.
I can't even eat my snack.
Oh Lord.
Hey, man,
Let me
I'm
tell
gonna
you
tell
something,
Oh my God.
Mike.
Michelle, you don't understand as a man. It turns my stomach.
Y'all
because
should
I
not
can't
worry about
eat.
who that man
Mike,
kissing. That
Mike.
man, y'all don't need to be in that man bedroom like that.
Mike, let me break it down to you like a fraction, brother-in-law.
Come
Now,
on, man.
your sister, my wife, watches this show called P Valley.
Best show on Showtime.
Bullshit.
I'll
But
be glad when
anyway,
they come back on. Down in the
There's-
Delta where the girls get naked.
there's this character on the show P Valley. What's his name?
Uncle Cliff.
Yeah, Uncle Clifford. Now there's a rapper on there, Little Murder.
Little murder.
He's in love with Uncle Clifford.
Absolutely.
Okay, now let me tell you how sickening this show is. That was a scene in this movie, and I'm not. And Mike, I swear to God, if it turns your stomach, brother, I understand because it turned mine.
But he shouldn't
Yeah.
worry about that,
No,
Michael.
let
He
me
should
finish,
be
let me
watching
finish.
it with me because
No.
I want him to watch TV with me. He shouldn't be upset.
Okay,
about
okay,
that.
we're talking about the same person that won't watch Family Guy with me. But anyway,
He's a
Yeah.
pedophile.
anyway,
That man next door is a pedophile.
We know this.
He trying to get in Chris' pants. Hey,
But
Chris. No, ma'am.
anyway, there's a scene with Uncle Clifford and Little Murder in there, and they in there, they getting ready to do the nasty. And Little Murder looks at Uncle Clifford and said, "I want to feel you inside me."
That's right.
I said, "Oh, hell no!"
That's
Exactly.
love.
I got up and walked out the room.
That's love.
I got up and walked out the room. I
It's
couldn't
love.
do it.
Exactly.
It's love. Love people.
No, Michelle, that ain't love. That you know as a Bible reader that the Bible said men will be lovers of themselves, and God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of that mess.
Yes, he did.
Because
but-
men want to feel other men inside of them.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Come on now.
But who are we to
Come on
judge,
now.
though? We can't judge those people, though, guys.
I'm not judging them people. I could
No,
care
you're
less.
not- it's not about judging. These people chose to make that decision just like back in the day
Yep.
in Sodom and Gomorrah. They chose to make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's your decision. I don't think
Right.
it's judging. I think it's your decision that you make. Like right now, I ain't judging none of these people
Nope.
because you got to look at it like this. It could have happened to anybody.
True.
This kind of stuff can happen to anybody.
That's right.
I talk to my daughters about it. I talk to other people about it. So it can happen to anybody.
You know, we got-
people that are looking for love so badly, they're willing to accept anything.
You know,
That's
we
true.
got people in our family, women and men, who have gone out and been with, has children,
Yeah.
and now they want the same sex. So how did that even happen?
Yeah.
You never know. As I said, they probably just say, you know what? I gotta live my truth, and they're living their truth, and that's what they truth
Exactly.
want.
And I have a problem with that because I don't have. I'm like y'all. I got homosexuals in my family as well. I don't judge them. I don't judge them at all. That's your business. Whoever I don't, because I could care less about who you're sleeping with. Keep that to yourself. I don't need to know all that.
Exactly.
I really don't. So, and that's the reason why I don't too much care for homosexual people saying I'm gay. I look at them like and say, so?
Exactly.
I don't care.
Because
What you
I'm
tell
looking
me
at it
for?
like this. It's so open now. You know, because back in the day, it used to be so private.
Yeah.
The closet door is wide open.
Wide open.
It ain't no closet door
Wide
no
open,
more.
man.
It's not no
They
closet door no
They
more.
took the
they
dog.
walking around feeling that they have as much rights as you do.
They do. They have.
They get laws approved.
That's what I was just
They
saying. The
get a whole
government
lot
has
of
gave.
stuff
They
going on.
right. That's true. You mighty right about that.
Yeah, they get the
So-
They
laws.
have
So-
more. They have more rights than black people. And black people been here since what? Inception.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying earlier about that whole situation. They getting laws approved,
Yeah.
and we can't hardly go to Congress and get Black Lives Matter approved.
Hell,
Thank you.
dogs have more laws
Animals
than black
get more.
people.
Yeah, animal gets more rights than we do. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I was saying earlier. Yes, we are still living in savory times, my brother.
Hey man, the Bible says a man is a little lower than the angels, but I'm pushing up daisies.
I feel
That's the
you.
way I see it.
I feel you. But you just got to stay strong. You got to stay prayed up and just do the right thing because it's hard out here. It's hard on. That's why I say I pray for y'all every day. That's why I said when you do have to go somewhere, lock your door. Because people are stealing, robbing, because they're hurting out here. Don't get in. I know it's hard not to do road rage. Don't do no road rage. If you go into the store, if somebody say fuck you, like thank you, God bless you, keep walking. Don't get into it, people, because people are literally losing their minds.
Yep.
It is hard out here.
And you want to say 2 words to people. No, namely they kids, but you say stuff to folk nowadays.
Damn it.
It's like you can't even say good morning to people no more,
Not at all.
and that's pitiful.
Not at
And
all.
here's the sad part: you can't say this to folks in the church,
Yeah.
and that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
I
something
ain't trying to
that.
get on a religious thing, but it's sad when you go to church and you can't compliment nobody, you can't speak to nobody, you can't say 2 words harder to folks without them getting an attitude towards you.
Or thinking it's sexual harassment.
For real,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah.
Cause like you can go to a
Sexual
lady and
harassment.
cause like you can go to a lady and say, "Hey, you look nice," and they'll take that to a whole new level.
Whole new level.
And you can sit up and you can give a lady a friendly hug, and the first thing they start thinking, "Oh, he trying to holler at me." No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just
Some
giving
people
you a
take
friendly
things a
hug.
little too.
Yeah.
They take it a little too far, and it's not what you think it is. Just like when we have our meetings doing, meet and greet. There's a people who still have to be careful how they hug, how they talk, and everything else.
Give them fist
You ever
bumps.
notice? If you look around, there are people who sit seated in their chair
Yeah, I do.
because they ain't trying to be a part of that.
Just give them a fist bump and say, God bless you, and keep going.
That's right.
Don't give them no God. I mean, you know them to hug now. You got to give them like one of them little sideways funeral hugs.
Shit. I'm
Exactly.
antisocial anyway. My wife would tell you that. Hell,
That's why I was surprised when he told me to go down here and speak to Mike. I said, you going where?
to see Mike. I know
I'm
Mike.
surprised because normally he don't get up at all. So I'm like, okay, make your rounds.
Man,
That's because I know
it was
Mike.
good. It was good, but see that just go to show you how it is nowadays.
Yeah.
If you ain't careful, you got to be extremely careful
You ain't lying.
in public, at church, wherever you go, because like I said, it's so crazy nowadays. It's so
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
But I just wanted to get your take on that take about, and that's one more thing. I've said this on the show several times before. I don't think a woman can raise a man.
That's true.
A woman can take care of a son. She can be his mother, but I don't think a woman can raise.
let me say
a
that.
man.
I think what she means is this, Mike. A woman can raise a man, but she can't teach a boy how to be a
yes,
man.
that's how. To me, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't teach you how to be a man. I cannot.
Right.
And
Yeah,
that's to me,
that's
that's raising. You raising him. I can't raise you to be a man.
Yeah, good point.
No,
I cannot.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
Good point, good
Mama
point.
talked to me about.
Huh?
That's the same thing Mama talked to me about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She says, I can't teach you how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
And she would introduce me to gentlemen
Uh-huh.
and how to do that. And I was
Uncles,
like,
cousins, brother.
Ago,
Mm-hmm.
we was talking about that, and I told Mom, I said, there just ain't no men out there I can look up to.
Mm-hmm.
And your mother, my mother, literally told me to my face, she says, well, son, you have to step in and take charge of that.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, I'm not trying to offend no woman because I know women can do it all. I am woman, hear me roar. Everybody know I am a big woman supporter, but a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. Teach a boy how to be a man. I'm sorry.
I agree with you on that. And
I don't think so.
And I've always said that, Mike, and I have had arguments with men and women about that very same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I tell them flat out. I mean, like take me for instance. I mean, my stepdad was there, but he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find, you know, those male figures in other people. I had my grandfather, I had uncles,
Mm-hmm.
I had my cousins. You know, even though some of them were dogs. But anyway, I had my cousins. I had my martial arts instructors, and I had my heroes. I had Malcolm. I had Denmark Vesey. I had
your teacher. You had some teachers too.
Yeah,
right?
I had some teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had all those people that I could come to. So you know, so I could figure out, you know, what this man thing is all about.
Right.
I did pretty good.
Okay, so let's revert back. Why didn't you go to your mother? Because all these women say, I'm the mother and the father.
And
why didn't you go to your mom?
And that's stupid, you know, because my mother's not a man. My mother told me flat out, just like your mother told, just like Mike's mother told, your mother, it told Mike, I can't teach you how to be a man.
Right.
My mother told me that very same thing. She can't teach, she couldn't teach me how to be a man because she's not a man. She wouldn't know the first thing about being a man.
Yeah, but so many of them think they can though. And that's why I'm like,
you can't,
girl,
sister.
You cannot.
You're not a man.
You can. I know you been out here humping and struggling and hustling and make sure your kids have everything they taken care of. That's what you do as a woman, as a mother. They don't make you the father.
Now I've told
or the daddy or whatever.
Now, Mike, I'm talking to you right now. I told my wife, your sister, that if you can do it by yourself, more power to you. By all means, do it by yourself. But if you got a man in the house, let that man be a man. Don't take that. Don't emasculate the man and just sit your ass down on the couch and I'll fix you a sandwich later. No.
Exactly.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But I also told him. But I also told him too. I'm gonna follow you.
Exactly.
Because I'm a big believer in Christ and the Word.
And she did that.
But when I see you leading me under the bridge, I'm getting out the car.
I ain't mad at you. and I ain't mad at that. And I ain't mad at that.
You know what? Just drop me off right here.
And I ain't mad at that.
Drop me off right here.
And I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I would expect that. I wouldn't expect anything less of her. I wouldn't expect.
I would never. I would let you lead. Because that's what you're. Like I always say, God put man on this earth because you are supposed to be the stronger sex.
Right.
I'm not knocking nobody. If you want to wear makeup with a full beard, brother, you go ahead and wear your makeup and your full beard. If you want to wear your jeans skin tight with your high heel, brother, go ahead, you do that. As far as my sisters, if you want to wear Timberland boots with the loose jeans and the lumberjack jackets and call yourself a stud, sister, go ahead. But y'all cannot be raising these kids with that same mentality.
Thank you.
You cannot.
Thank you. And that's the problem. And
what Granny used to tell us, Micah, start at home, spread abroad.
There you go.
So if they see y'all like this at home, they have no choice.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
They have no choice. So it's like, give the child a fighting chance. Whatever you like to do, you like don't throw that on your child. Don't let your child see that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how children learn. And I told this on told this to several people on several occasions, Mike. Children learn by watching their parents. That's where they learn their behaviors from. Because I don't give a damn what nobody says. I have yet to see this work. The whole "don't do what I do what I say" philosophy has never worked.
Not at all.
It has never worked. I have never seen it work once in any instance. If the mama's a hoe, 9 times out of 10, the daughter gonna grow up being a hoe. I've seen it happen.
Because women look up to their mama.
There you go. And if the daddy's around, if he is around, and he's running the streets, guess what the son gonna ends up doing? Running the streets, because he's copying what he sees his daddy doing.
Right.
Daddy's a whoremonger. If the son sees that, guess what the son's gonna be when he grows up? A whoremonger.
Yeah. Well, like I said, let's just keep Miss. She got a different last name for him, but Miss Nichols.
Yeah, 'cause she married.
Yeah, she's married, and no, Steph. Y'all heard the stepfather? Oh my God.
Oh, he was really hurt. That was his son.
It's just like I said. I just couldn't sleep when I got home Friday. And
she couldn't, man. She was tossing and turning. She couldn't. She couldn't.
I'm already going through something as a woman anyway that's taking my sleep away from me. But then to see this. Like I said, they already talk bad about us anyway.
Yep.
And then y'all give them something else to talk bad about us about. Lord, what they gonna say now? That's why I said we gonna be running around here. They gonna be doing any and everything to us.
Yep.
Cause they gonna feel like, well, y'all do it to yourselves. Why can't we do it to you?
That's exactly what they're saying. That's
and
exactly
all this
what they're
time
saying.
we've been fighting to get half an ounce of justice, get half an ounce of respect, and get half an ounce of treatment better than the slop of the hog. And here we are. We, like I said, we're just like that little hamster in the wheel. Even though this is one isolated incident, it's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very big one. So let's just keep them prayed up, guys, and just hopefully justice will be served in the right way. Just forget that they're cops. Look at them as human beings who treat another human being inhumane.
Yeah.
That was inhumane what they did to him.
I agree.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, all right, brother. We're going to let you go.
Talk,
Absolutely. Here every Sunday, 7 o'clock.
Well, 6 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock. We was late today because of me. I'll be the first to admit that. That's my fault. I took a nap, and the nap ran a little long.
That's all right. I mean, shoot, man. We ain't too long got back. That little old restaurant, that little Mediterranean restaurant, it's pretty good.
Where she says downtown. Where is the downtown?
No, it's not downtown. It's over there for 635 in Preston.
Oh, okay.
What's the name of it, Mike? What's the name of it, Mike?
Fusion.
Fusion. Okay. I've heard of that.
It's a Mediterranean place.
Right.
Fusion. It's right across from that little Chili's and that little shopping center over
there.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Just look them up, and they pretty decent. I mean, the prices are a little pricey, but
most Mediterranean restaurants are.
Place.
Okay.
So, Caitlin, she's into your niece is something else.
I know, honey.
Yeah.
Just like
she
her auntie.
She's trying to become a vegan, and
is she?
Yeah, she do the vegan thing, and she's
wow.
trying to take care of her body and all that stuff. She's into the meditations and things of that nature.
Well, shout out to her. In a couple of hours, she'll be the big 21.
Yeah.
Well, hell, Mike, if my niece is into all of that, man, eventually I'm gonna start back practicing my Tai Chi again, man. Shit, I would love to take on as a student.
Man, look at here. I was hoping that their uncle was gonna teach them some Kenpo.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that. I guess that played out, and so I was, being cute and all that stuff is nice, but you got some folks that take advantage of your child.
Oh yeah.
I dread it every day.
You know what, Mike?
I
man,
dread it every day. I mean, I don't want to turn on the news and there she is.
Hey, I can't say I blame you. You, but you know what, Mike? Man, I'm starting to get back into the gym myself. And once I get to the point to where I can teach somebody, I'd be more than happy to teach them, man.
Man, please do something. I'm gonna learn myself because we had a talk and she had friends that owned guns. She had her first taste of shooting.
She must have liked it.
Yeah. She said, I said, when her on her own spot, I said, well, hell, she need to go ahead and get that license anyway.
Not a bad idea.
Make it legal.
So like I said, man, you got these folk out here. They teaching like you just be careful watch your back. Watching your back just ain't enough no more.
Nah, and it's legal to have one, so go ahead and get one. It's legal to have one in Texas now.
Oh yeah, no paperwork or nothing. Just get one before they change that law.
You can put it on your loop belt and carry it on your belt every day.
Exactly.
And I told her, I said, she asked me, was it okay to try to? I said, yeah. She was thinking about getting one. I said, well, you better get one.
Thank you.
Just get what is it, certified?
Yeah.
Just make sure she get the paperwork.
Yeah, make sure she get that legal gun so she can have a license to carry.
Make sure she's legal.
Exactly. Exactly. Because she wants to do this independent thing, and I ain't got no problem with that.
Not at all.
So I told her, I said, I'm having more talks with her now than I've ever did.
You know what? You know what, Mike? That happens. You know what, Mike? That happens, man. Because I can tell you right now, with my stepdaughter Kayla, man, I had more conversations with her than I ever did when she was growing up. So she would call me up and say, "Hey, man," she called me father. She didn't call me daddy. She called me father. Father, I got a question for you. And she would come up and we would talk for hours on end, just on the phone, just talking. Yep. And she would, and she would pick my brain. I mean, even after me and her mom separated, she would still call me up and say, "Hey, pops, this is what I got going on. Can you give me some advice?" I mean, they do that. Daughters do that with their fathers, man.
Oh yeah,
they really do.
Oh yeah.
They really do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, because, I know for a fact that my wife has told me several times over that she had several conversations with y'all's father.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah, they have better conversations with them than I did, and I had conversations with my mama.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually how it
So,
works.
yeah,
That's how we ask normal. How
That's usually how it works. Because I talk to my mom. Hell, my wife will tell you, man, I talked to my mother for a long time. I don't care. That's my mom.
exactly.
Well, I'm
Exactly.
my little chest sticking out here. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad she is coming. Cause she, like I used to tell her and Brittany, y'all need to get close to y'all dad because
Yeah.
y'all gonna need him.
Exactly.
Right now, y'all probably don't think so cause y'all young, but when y'all get older, y'all gonna be like, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly
That
it.
is.
That's exactly it.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
They be telling her how cute she is, and you can model.
She
And
is.
trying to hook
She
You know
is.
what you need to do: get you a gun, get your degree,
Make sure she protected.
and live your best life.
And then get
'Cause
her that Tai
seriously,
Chi
that
stuff so
boy-
she can teach her how that Tai Chi. So if she can't get to her gun, she can use them long legs and put it around his neck and crack his neck.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. Because, like I said, you got these characters, like these police officers.
Yep.
I mean, you meet one of them dudes, he start attacking up on you, and you'll start thinking that's normal.
Oh,
And
yeah.
We don't. I mean, we just don't want our young ladies to think that kind of
No,
stuff
it's
is normal.
not.
That kind of behavior is
And
normal.
if her birthday is the day before mine, if her mouth fly like mine, somebody gonna try her one day.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Cause
Exactly.
somebody tried me and he found out the hard way. You don't try me like that, sir.
Exactly.
Not me.
Oh, no.
'Cause they gonna think she weak minded. She don't know what to do, but I have to show you that I know what to do.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Exactly.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
let
Oh,
her
yeah.
get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Get that. Let her
See,
stay
you-
cute,
see,
but then
what-
let that be
what I'm
that
trying to
secret
do-
weapon.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reverse this angle now.
Right.
You know, you get these women that crazy and tell it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now the dude's falling in love with you.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
You fall in love with the dude. When
That's
he treats you,
right.
You fall in love with him when he treats you. Yeah.
That's right.
Hey,
You know, you may disagree with this one, but sometimes we like them crazy.
Alright.
hey, Mike, why you think I married your sister?
Like Granny,
Exactly.
like what? Like Granny Molly used to say, "Crazy as a Bessie bug, I sure am, and I carried well,
Right.
and I ain't shame. Hi, my name is Mimi. I'm a little throw.
Mike, I'm telling you, man. I can honestly tell you, Mike, and I ain't just
Baby.
saying it because she's in front of me. The main thing that attracted me to your sister was her confidence, man. That was
Yeah.
it. I said, damn, that's a confident woman right there.
And Kaylin's the same way.
Yeah.
Kaylin is very confident.
And
Like I
that's-
said, that's gonna be her
That's
secret
that's
weapon.
a big that's a woman's biggest asset is her confidence, and that's the main thing.
You ain't gotta
They
walk
think
around-
that. See, most of you women think that that's what attracts you. That's what attracts most men.
Thank you. Exactly. That's
So
exactly
you ain't
it.
gotta walk around here showing all your assets
Sure
to
don't.
everybody.
Sure don't.
It's your mind, your personality, and your charisma.
Thank you.
And I've always said that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no crystal staff. What's that poem by Baldwin?
You're not a Baldwin fan.
I ain't no crystal staff, baby, but what I will have, I'm going to utilize to the best of my ability.
There you go. That was up.
All right, brother. Well, have a good night, and I'll probably be over there tomorrow to bring. I told Kaylin I come over tomorrow to bring her birthday cards.
Okay, then.
All
Good
right.
talking to you.
You too. Love y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, they got
Okay.
19 seconds on this game, so it's 20. It might go into overtime.
Is Cincinnati and who?
The Bengals.
I know
Oh,
Cincinnati.
damn.
No, Cincinnati Bengals, and who they playing?
Yeah, they playing Cincinnati, the Chiefs.
Oh, the
Oh,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Oh, shit. Patrick Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 hours right now,
Wow, but that's a good
so
game.
I'm trying to see who's gonna be playing Jalen and them.
I know that it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be Patrick.
It's just starting
Yeah.
to look like it, but I don't know. It's 20 hours, so
What is the fourth quarter?
it's it's 21 seconds on the four.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
he gonna
Oh,
bring
yeah.
it. They gonna go to overtime and somebody gonna kick a field goal.
Yep.
It's gonna be the Chiefs.
All
and,
right, now. I'll
all
see
right,
y'all later.
all right. Have a good
All right,
night.
Mike.
Love you much.
Love you
All right.
too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good conversation. Very good.
Yeah, buddy. That was a good one.
Well, like I said, this was hard when we thought about what we were gonna talk about.
You know what? It's
I don't talk about. I know we have some people in our culture, but I still couldn't fathom that we will do this to our own. I'm not insensitive. I'm not clueless. I know this happened on a regular, and sometimes it just don't never be reported. But to see this come nationwide like this, I just feel like this is not good right now. This is not good for none of us right now.
It's like I was saying, when Mike was on the phone. Mm-hmm. This whole situation, it shouldn't even be happening right about now, because of the fact that black people as a whole, we already get the shit into the stick anyway.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
at home, at work, in the street,
and yeah. I mean, it's like I was saying, man. It's people at my job right now that don't like me because they didn't think, oh, this little nigga don't know what the hell he doing. Mm-hmm. Then they found out the hard way. Oh, he knows more than me.
Why do we gotta go? Why we gotta show our self approval like that? Well, I went through that this past week. I'm like, are you? And I like I was telling my sister, I didn't even get mad because he admitted it. He said, well, I threw you out there in the woods to see if you were going to sink or swim. Excuse me. I said, okay. I said, well, how did I do? You did better than what I thought you was going to do. Thank you. What am I supposed to say other than thank you? I could be like, what? Have an attitude. I'm like, you know what?
What's the
point? If that's what I have to do to show you that I, too, have a brain. What's that from the week? If I only had a brain. I, too, have a brain. And if this is your way of showing that I do have a brain, I know how to use it. My brother, my friend, now you know.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to do that. Every job I've ever been at, I've had to tell people.
But we shouldn't have to do that.
I agree with you on that. But that's the way it is. That's the way it's always been with black people. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Click, 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 click. Oh, damn, that worked.
Just like that man said last night in that movie. He didn't want them to learn how to spell, write, read, and got fighting mad when he found out they did. Why? Why me learning how to read is such a hindrance to you?
Well, see, here's the thing about that. That was the period piece. Now, see, back then,
it feel like it's like that now.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that right now. Think about this though. Mm-hmm. Back then, most of the white people, only the elite. Hold on, I'm turning the music back up. Only the elite white people knew how to read and write. Okay, the overseers, most of them couldn't even spell their own damn name.
Right.
Okay, and to have a nigga, as they saw it, have a nigga to be able to do something that the lowest white man can't do, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. And it's going on right now to this very day. I mean, again, black people are getting degrees left and right.
Oh yeah.
Now they're moving the goalposts.
Now they're trying to say a degree is not even necessary.
Exactly. They're moving the goalposts now. See, now the black people getting degrees. All of a sudden, the degree don't mean shit now.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You wasted all that damn money because, like, I use me as an example. In my career field, I'm a network engineer. Mm-hmm. Got a degree in the shit. Mm-hmm. From the University of Oklahoma, class of 1993, Boomer Sooner. Whatever. Anyway, so now you got people out there don't have no degree. Only thing they got is a whole bunch of certifications. That's their degree.
End up in the same office with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No degree whatsoever.
Yes,
and they got nowhere near the experience that I have.
None at all.
But because they got those certifications,
but your parents taught you go out there and get it, so you can be on the same playing field.
And now they move the goalposts, like I said.
Now you don't move the goalposts. Oh, you don't need that.
Oh yeah, you don't need a degree now.
Just get some experience.
Exactly, just get some experience.
I thought I got all this student debt. Are you serious right now?
I want to get your take on this, babe. Mm-hmm. There's a statistic out. Now you know that 83 to 89%, 83 to 87% of the prison population is mostly black men. Mm-hmm. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Black people make up 14 to 17% of the United States population. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, there was a statistic that they did. They did a survey and they did a study. 70 to 74% of those black men that are in prison come from single mother homes.
Wow.
Okay? Not single parent homes, single mother homes. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, the ratio of two parent homes and single father parents that of children that go to prison is less than 10%.
Mm-hmm. Mm. You don't even think they equate. They don't even sound right.
No, it doesn't.
It don't sound right at all.
So that let me know flat out that what we were saying earlier, that a woman can teach a boy how to be a man.
Absolutely.
That's a proof right there.
They've done a study on it.
They've done a study on it several times over. Mm-hmm. I mean, because that's a known fact. Because like I said before, like I told you before, when I was growing up, and you did too. You told me this too. Watched a lot of nature shows. I was watching this one nature show with the bull elephants. With the elephants. Now, everybody knows that the bull elephants are normally killed because of their tusks. And they kill the males. Okay? So when they kill the males, they leave the female alone to lay to tend to the calves. And if there's a bull calf, that bull male is no longer there to tell that bull calf what they can and can't do. So what does that bull calf do?
Look to his mom.
He runs roughshod over the mom.
Right.
Mom can't tell him anything. And it's the same thing with the human being.
Right.
You got these guys out here that's being raised by these single mothers.
Yep.
And these single mothers can't. We've seen it all the time on the news. How many times have you seen shows like the Maury Povich show, and they got this son that's completely out of control, and the mom don't know what to do with it?
Right. And girls, but mostly guys.
And girls too. And girls too. I'm getting to that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've always said it, and I'll continue to say this. And people can write in and talk about me if you want to. I really don't care. Fathers are needed in the homes.
Yeah.
Now, there's only, and I'm going to get on the men too, dude. My fellas out there, let me turn the music down real quick. I'm going to talk to my fellas real quick. If the only thing you're doing is getting your rocks off with this girl, put a condom on it. So that way you can lower the risk of that woman getting pregnant and she's raising a child that you really don't want to deal with. Okay? Plain and simple, fellas. It's that simple. Either that or just leave the heifer alone. That's all you have to do. Because pulling out don't work all the damn time. Okay?
I mean, even if that's the case, if you and that man cannot get along, y'all still need to be the best co-parents ever.
And I'm getting to that too.
Is innocent.
That's a really good point. I was getting to
Innocent.
that. And you said a mouthful right there. You said exactly what I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to say. If y'all can't get along, ladies, because my son was going through this. My oldest stepson was going through this with one of his babies, with one of the mothers of his children. If you can't get along with that man, it's not about that man. It's about that child. Stop holding that child over that man's head.
As a pawn, yeah. As
a pawn, trying to get over on him and piss him off because he done moved on. He don't want to be with you.
Right.
He ain't gotta be with you.
I agree with that. Yeah. It's not even that serious.
No, it's not.
Some people just not meant to be together, but in the essence, when y'all were together, y'all done made a child.
Thank you.
And that child shouldn't have to suffer because one of y'all can't have what you want.
Exactly.
And think you trying to get over because that's what that man needs or that woman. I've seen men do it too.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
And you trying to use the baby as you can't see your baby if you don't. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
That is ridiculous. So that study, pretty much hit the nail on the head of what I've been saying. But what can we do? Because, I seen a documentary the other day in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
When the crack cocaine scene come along,
yeah.
And they just start locking up black men regardless.
Yep.
And then black women were so used to the man being the provider, they had to go down and get on welfare.
Yep.
And food stamps. And then when they go down there, they be like, okay, well, he can't be in the house with you. So just for them to get any assistance, they say they don't know where the father is. Now, from my understanding, they switched that now, that if you got to tell them who the father is.
Yeah.
And they'll go out there and try to find a man themselves before they'll help you a little bit. But once they find that man, they start garnishing his wages. But back then, they had taken so many black men out of the homes. That's the only way that the black woman could survive.
And that was by design.
White women. I'm gonna say white women too.
And that was by design. That was by design.
So for so many years, and it's been generational. The cycle repeat itself.
That's by design.
Grandmama did it. Great grandmama did it. Now I'm doing it. Stuff like that.
Right.
But sometimes let's do these bootstraps. Even though grandmama did, don't mean you have to do it.
Exactly. You got to break the cycle sometime.
That's a sad statistic. How you say it?
Statistic.
Yeah. That it is like that, but what are we supposed to do?
Exactly.
Because the men are locked up.
Yeah, the men are locked up. I mean, and they lock them up over dumb shit a lot of times. I mean, there's a guy that I know personally. He's locked up right now. He only had 2 ounces of weed. They gave him 20 years.
Wow.
for 2 ounces of weed.
That is unbelievable. Well, now, according to Uncle Biden now, he gonna start let a lot of these guys out because of that. Cause
they should.
Cause you can pretty much go on when we were down there in Oklahoma, they have them on every corner.
Yeah. It was dispensaries all over the place.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So why do you mean locked up for the same thing people are making money off of?
Well,
let them out.
Well, here's my whole deal, and I've always said this back, even back in the early late 90s, early to mid 90s, I was always saying yes, weed should be legalized. And the reason why it wasn't legalized is because the government hadn't figured out how to tax it and make money off of it yet. That's the only reason why it's legalized. It wasn't legalized. Now that they figured it out, now it's going to be legal. I say within the next 3 to 5 years, it'll be legal everywhere.
Yeah. It's all over in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. I had a friend who was going to go up there and open up a dispensary up there.
Yeah.
Until they got down here to Dallas. But yeah, but I'm saying, why keep those men locked up for where them men out here, where there's people out here making money off of it?
Yeah, exactly.
But then when they get out, will they be able to get a job? Because they got a record.
Yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, unless they get that charge expunged.
You done, yeah. And that's going to cost money to do that, because that's not cheap.
No, it's not.
Trying to get your record.
I know somebody that's got that tried to get that shit done. They just say, well, screw it, I just keep it on my record.
Because explain every time they go to a job and they got to explain what happened. He
just said, I just wait 7 years, and that way they won't go back that far.
Right.
Which a lot of jobs do. They go back 7 years and that's it.
Right.
But unless you get a government job, they go back for the past 10 to 15.
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard that statistic. Very eye-opening to hear. And what do you do though? What is that mother supposed to do? She's trying to do the best she can.
I agree with you on that, but like I said,
we go back to that same scenario. You said that the mother is looking at the son as the head of household. So he like, I got to go ahead and do some money. He meet Ray them in the corner. Ray got on the latest Adidas from head to toe outfit, driving a top of the line Charger, sitting on them vapors. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be thinking, if I just do it one good time, I can get us some money. How then he get addicted to it.
The fast
do
money.
it again.
The fast
do it again. Or some of them are smart. Some of them go to McDonald's and have a little Taco Bell job, but they also doing it on the side too.
Yeah.
So it's like they just trying out here too, for lack of better word, they're trying to survive.
And I'm not
take
knocking
care
that.
of the household.
And I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that. I applaud anybody that's doing that. That's doing that. If that's the only choice that you have,
right?
If that's the only choice that you have,
they think that though.
Which
in some cases,
there are exceptions to every rule.
Right.
But I'm not knocking anybody's hustle, legal or otherwise.
Right.
That's your business. I mean, if you feel like you have to do that, then hey, by all means, do what you gotta do. But this is just me talking. If you're gonna do that, don't make it a career. There's no retirement plan for being a hustler. Okay.
Boy, you better stop talking about Don Juan Magic. What's that man's name?
Oh,
he used to hang around Snoop Dogg.
Bishop Don Magic Juan.
He done made a career out of it.
He's legit now.
What do you do now? He's a preacher.
Yeah, he's legit now. So he's been a preacher for years.
Wow.
But anyway,
that's crazy.
But again, there's no retirement plan for being a hustler.
That's true.
None whatsoever.
That's true.
I mean, I have yet to see a rich hustler.
Tony Montana.
I mean, they either dead or old and broke.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if you're smart, once you started getting into their lifestyle, you take that money and invest it.
Yeah.
So that way, your money, you take that dirty money and clean that money up.
Right.
It'll be 100% legal.
For a while there wasn't nobody getting degrees but black women.
That's it.
And now more black men are going to school too, which is so inspiring.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to take that away, saying, well, you don't need no degree.
Exactly.
That's
we talked about
crazy.
that before. Yeah. Like
That's
I said,
crazy.
like I said, in my career field.
Yeah.
A degree is pretty much, you got one, okay, that's good, but do you have any certifications to go with it? They could care less about the degree. They want to know if you got any certifications.
Right. That's true.
I mean,
I can't get certain unless I work and get, I don't know. It's like that crab in the, not with us. It's like that, like me and Michael was saying, it's that it's kind of like slave mentality. Like, well, I'm gonna make a little bit of money. I'm gonna sell you to the next higher bidder, and just keep going around in circle.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
You're making a fortune off of it, but I'm just still doing the same song and dance.
Yep.
For the same thing over and over, and that's not fair.
That's it.
It's not fair.
That's it.
Well, that was a good one.
Oh man, yeah, I knew it was going to be a monster of a show.
It's sad, but it's a good one. And like I said earlier, let's keep the family lifted up in prayer. They're going to bury him on Wednesday. Let me go back to my note. I wrote down some notes because I was just trying to see, where we are as a timeline of what they're trying to do in all the events and arrests and everything. There was a GoFundMe account that has raised over $700,000. And from my understanding, he had a son.
Yeah.
I don't think he was married. I think he just had a girlfriend or a fiance or something.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will get him a very nice funeral. At least a little something to help until they can get. I don't even know. Can they bring a wrongful death suit against the city?
Yeah.
For the family?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Because when you're a cop, you're a city employee. So yeah, the city. Yeah. Or put a suit against the police department itself.
Yeah.
One of the two.
That's what I was saying before. These cops, these cities, they ought to get tired of paying out all this money.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen no small price. I think the smallest one I seen was $2.4 million. But the most of them will be like $10 million, $20 million, $25 million. It's a lot of money to some people. Put it like that.
Yep.
And they ought to get tired of paying that out. It's crazy. It is crazy. And I don't know. But yeah, it's just, I know it's hard for some people to see it, but for the sake of humanity and for the sake of understanding, I think everybody should go out there and watch it. I think you should watch it, and then you should sit down with your family, women, with boys, women with whoever.
Definitely.
Discuss it.
Definitely.
And y'all I hate to say we gotta, we already putting on different jackets when we go into these jobs anyway.
Yep.
Now we gotta put on different jackets when we in the streets.
You ain't lying.
Because you just don't know. Like Michael said, people are flipping off on you. You be like, what's wrong? People go say they got mental issues.
Yeah. You're
dead, and they're walking around here with a mental issue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Faking mental issue.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
pretty much.
And I can raise my hand and say, hey, I need to be the first one, because baby, road rage was my first name for many, many years. But I don't do that no more. I try not to, like, I used to. But I just try not to do it anymore. Like I used to, like we go out to some place and I felt like I was not serviced right, or if I felt like something was not done correctly, I would ask to speak to the manager in a minute. But a lot of people be waiting for you when you get to your car these days.
I've seen that happen.
So it's like, you know what? That's okay. I just want to know if you're gonna take this off my check, and we gonna go to the house.
There you go.
I ain't finna give it to nobody, because you might take my food back there and not cook it, or do something with. I don't even want it.
Stick a dick in it.
I don't even want it. I don't want it. I just get up and go somewhere else. Just go to the house. Like my sister say, make me a Spam sandwich and call it a night. I'm not finna get into it with these people about anything, because people are devious.
Man.
And let's talk about this. I know this is off subject.
Go ahead.
What is going on with this fentanyl?
Man.
Why is it you can't hardly touch anything? Now they saying, I was a big component of that. And that's what I was showing you. Every time I go somewhere, I see money laying on the ground. And every time I tell you, I said, you don't see that $5? And you walk right by it. You better not pick that up now. Because they said people are putting fentanyl on door handles, and how they used to put flyers on your window. I said, what? This world. This goes with, this kind of goes with the show talk. WTF. What are y'all doing out here? Y'all putting stuff on people that people can literally touch it and can die. Why? You got that much time on your hands.
Let me say this about fentanyl.
It's I don't know.
Remember that Cat Williams joke? Just touch it.
No, I'm touching nothing.
Man.
And like the other day when I left the grocery store, if somebody had put a leaf, baby, I was not touched. I started making my windshield wipers go. I made my windshield wipers go, and it wouldn't go, so I got me 4 Kleenex. The thick ones. I mean, it was really thick. And then I barely hit it up with I tried to take it on the end, and I just threw it on. I'm thinking, Lord, please don't let me die for this. Please don't because I'm trying to get that. I couldn't see. Because they put it right in your wake, so you have to see it when you're driving.
Right.
So it's like, Lord. And then it comes see on the news that people are touching this stuff and they lacing it with this and lacing with that, and people are literally dying.
Here's my deal right
door
here.
handle?
Here's my deal right here.
That's crazy.
One of my favorite rappers is Melly Mel. Grandmaster Melly Mel. Melly Mel don't step outside the house unless he got some gloves in his hands.
I know that's right.
I think I might just start doing that myself. Because it's getting to that point, man, to where you can't trust anybody to do anything. And that's sad. You shouldn't have to worry about touching a door handle and dying.
It's sick. It's we're living in last days. I know people keep saying that. I know it's all on the news. All the preachers are saying it, but action speaks louder than words. We're living in last days, and it's just so scary. It's scary. And now this story with Mr. Nichols, and I'm pretty sure it's probably not happened somewhere else, and it's this story is taking precedent over that story, but this story here is heart-wrenching.
This story right
It's
here
heart-wrenching.
is heart-wrenching, and it's scary.
It is.
It's very scary.
And now you thinking you gonna go in there, cause most people like, brother, you know what I'm saying, brother? You understand what I'm saying, brother? Now you can't even ask your brother if you understand, cause he might be like, nah, I don't get you. Pow! Hit you in your head, or tase you, or pepper spray you.
Yep.
It's oh my God, I don't know.
No. See, yeah. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a really good subject. That's a really good thing to talk about too.
Yeah, it's just,
I mean, fentanyl is. Why would you make a drug that dangerous? Why would you make a substance that dangerous?
That's what I'm saying. So it was lab made, right?
Yeah, it's not natural.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I honestly do not know.
What was the purpose of fentanyl in the first place?
I have no idea.
That's my question.
Supposedly that rapper died from it. Gangsta Boo?
Yeah.
She supposedly died from it.
Yeah, she snorted it, didn't she?
They said that she had been going through something. She had lost a lot of people. I think she had lost her dad. And she said she just wanted to feel better.
And so she snorted some fentanyl. That's sad. That is sad.
Mental health and suicide. And life is hard. I understand that. I'm not going to sit there and like everything in my life is peaches and cream.
Right.
I'm blessed beyond blessed. We all go through issues, but I have faith the size of a mustard seed. And the Bible teaches us that you have to have faith because God's grace and mercy will carry you through. I believe that, and I trust that. But some people have a hard time even. I've known people who know that. They can quote the Bible backwards and forward, but they still have that one little thing that tick tick boom in their head. You be like, okay. You be like, okay. And you try to talk to them. But when they get in their head, there's no more talking done.
My grandfather used to always say this, and it's a very true statement. He said, there's some folks out there, you need to give them a whole lot of leave alone. Okay? And when I tell people about me, see, I have a really hard time with handling death. Just leave me alone. I'll get through it. Just let me process this, because I will completely shut down. Like when my grandmother passed away, I completely shut down. I shut down for 2 weeks. I didn't say shit to nobody, even mom. When my father passed away, when my sister passed away, I shut down. I shut completely down. I just, I would go to work, come home, shut the door, and just isolate myself from everybody. After a while, I was cool.
Oh yeah.
Everybody processes things different, so you never know what somebody's going through. I mean, most of the time I tell people, and I tell people this too, the people that you don't think need help, check on them. Ask them how they doing.
They said the ones that, the ones that's a little tick tick boom. You like, okay, but they say them strong friends.
Those are the ones you gotta talk.
Those are the ones you gotta check on.
You gotta check on them. And I was that strong friend. Okay, Reggie solid as a rock. He cool, calm, collected. But I was going through some things, man. Just, check on me every now and then. Reg, you cool? I'll tell you I'm good and I'm not, but still, it's just the fact that you checked on me.
Right. Yeah. So I know this off-show type, but I just want to say, people, just be aware. Now you got to be aware of your surroundings. Don't touch nothing. If it looks suspicious, don't say nothing to nobody. Just be careful. Just pray and be careful.
I want everybody out there, man. Everybody out there listening. If you're listening live, I want you to listen. If you listen to the rebroadcast of this, please listen to this real quick, man. Be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I mean, be on your square at all times. Right. I mean, you have to understand something, especially us as foundational Black Americans, man. We are in a prison, and when you're in prison, you mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business, okay? You worry about Black people's business, don't worry about nobody else's. And then then to get more specific, worry about your own business. Don't worry about everybody else's. Everybody else gonna be all right. You worry about you and yours. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm worried about me and mine and my people. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Which it's just like I was just talking to my sister about, what happened to the village?
Oh, that's another good subject right there.
The village is gone.
The village is gone. The village left when these immature people started having children, because it got to the point to where, hell, I'll go ahead and say it, man. If you act a fool growing up, if you was to act a fool, everybody in the neighborhood knew it. Yeah. And by the time you get to the first block, you got about 2 or 3 ass whoopings. Right. And then by the closer you get to home, your mama done called her best friend and said, no, save me some. I'm going to kick his ass when he gets home. Right. You get another whooping. Yeah. Those days are gone now. Because you got parents out there, what you touching my kids for? Because you didn't do it. That's why. Mm-hmm. I was watching this one video, I think it was on my Instagram feed. This girl, she couldn't have been no more than 15, 16 years old, was fighting a teacher. The teacher had gave her like a D or something, and she didn't like it. And so she got up in the teacher's face and started fighting the teacher.
When I was growing up, teachers was looked at just like the president, the pope, the preacher. They was in high regards.
And it was another video, babe. I saw this one video. It was just a male teacher. There was a little Hispanic boy. Called him a nigga. So he got up in the little Hispanic boy's face and said, "Say it again. I'm in your face now. Say it again. Say it again." And the little Hispanic boy said it again. He got hemmed up and thrown out of the class, literally.
What about the little 6-year-old who shot his teacher in the face?
There you go.
Now, what you doing with a gun, sir?
How did he get access to the gun in the first place? That's my question.
But they said he had behavioral problems, and his mom and dad used to come to school with him all the time anyway. And the one time they didn't come, he shot the teacher. But again, they also said this teacher had told people something is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. They kept saying he need counseling, he need something, and didn't nobody listen. She done got shot in the face.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard about this story. I heard about this story.
I don't know. It's just... Well, people, just like I said, this week gonna be a good week. My Nixie Pooh birthday is tomorrow.
She turns 21.
And the big Don Mimi the lady is Tuesday, the 31st. Yep. So shout out to me.
Yep.
If you know me, send me well wishes. I'll take them all. Yep. Everybody keep asking what I want. I'm just glad to still be here. I'm blessed to still be here. I'm thankful I'm right in my half of a mind I have. And I can still get up and dress myself and feed myself. I'm glad about that, because I know a lot of young people who cannot.
I can tell people now. I can tell people right now. I gave her her birthday gift early.
He did. Beautiful necklace. He just always give me jewelry, but this one was beautiful as well.
Yeah, I put my heart into it, man, because she's not wearing it right now because the chain is too small. But I gave it to her early because I wanted to see her face when I gave it to her. and it lit up the whole room, and I love that. So that's the reason why I gave it to her. I couldn't wait. I'm sorry, I couldn't wait. So I got it and gave it to her, and she
gave to me an old trash bag, y'all, paper bag. No, he did. No, he did. It was in a beautiful pink box.
Yep, that's my color.
Pink is my color.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, it was beautiful.
But yeah, man, I don't, it's refreshing for a man. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there because this is way off topic. It's refreshing for a man to do something for somebody that actually appreciates it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, because I had been through several relationships where you do something for somebody and they're like, okay, I'm supposed to give you something after that. No, you have to give me anything. Just
never satisfied is never enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So, it's just refreshing to have somebody to appreciate you, man. That's all it is to it.
But I must say, my bestie from over 30-something years now. Oh, no, it's longer than 30 years. Even though we were like 9 or 10 years old, she's taking me to go see the New Jack City play. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Miss Gwendolyn Harris.
Yeah.
Going to do that Saturday, so can't wait for that. And then hang out, get a little din afterwards. So
they gonna leave me by myself.
Oh.
I'm gonna be by myself.
Oh, you big boy, you be okay. But I was gonna try to see how long they were gonna be here and try to, cause I know you like that movie too. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about that because I always wanted to go to. I love the movie anyway.
Oh, the movie's awesome.
Sit down, so I make change.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Excuse me. So I'm excited about that. Cause plus it's gonna be one of your heroes in there.
Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane.
King Asiatic, nobody's equal.
Mm-hmm. Then my boy, Alan Payne. Mm-hmm. Didn't do no wrong. He gonna be in there. So I'm excited. No. Tretch is in there too. Tretch is gonna play the part of Nino Brown. Yeah. So I'm excited to go see that. So. Keep me lifted up in prayer. I have a good birthday, a good week. Shout out to my niece here. She's turning 21. She's legally grown, y'all. Legally grown. We got one more to push through, and then we'll be satisfied.
Yeah, buddy.
But everybody keep a cool head, people. Let's just keep doing what we're doing and keep maintaining what we're maintaining.
Yeah, man. I mean, and shout out to the remaining family of a Mr. Nichols, man, because that's a sad situation right there. And again, I can't watch it. I tried to watch it, man, because
I think you should.
I actually saw myself again, just like with the George Floyd situation, man. I actually saw myself in this in him, man. I'm like, wow, that could have been me.
Absolutely.
That could have been me.
Absolutely, yeah. It's.
I mean, I got a wife here that loves my funky draws. Mm-hmm. I got a mother and just north of me that, and a sister, mind you, that would be terribly distraught if something was to happen to me in that situation. And I don't even want to think about how you would have to do that to call my mother and tell. I don't even want to think about that because. That would be hard. Very hard.
Because all I'm going to say is, well, he said he was going to Walmart. What am I supposed to? She'll be like, and? I wouldn't know what to say after that because I thought you were just going to Walmart.
Yeah. And I end up dead because of somebody else's stupidity.
Like I said, that man probably didn't think. He probably thought he was going to come back home and eat that chicken his mom was making for him.
That's what he was anticipating.
And now that baby is going to be 6 feet under. That's
some sad shit.
That's the part that hurts the most. Like I said, I'm not taking away nothing from others who've passed away, who was killed inadvertently, killed without, with undue justice. But this one right here, for some reason, it reminded me of Rodney King, like I said earlier. But I don't know. I think this time it's different. Because they were black. I know I shouldn't make a race thing, like I said earlier, it shouldn't be, but in essence, it is because we all we got. Shout out to New Jack City. We all we got. Mm-hmm. So we can't protect each other. Even if let's say for instance, even if he was driving erratic, even if he was high, even if he was drunk, did he have to resort to that?
No, it didn't.
And even if he did take off running from y'all, and y'all, like most cops do, get mad because you got the best of them, should it have result to all 5 of y'all doing that? And like Michael said, not one of y'all said, come on, y'all. I think he got it now. That's enough.
It shouldn't have got that far.
It shouldn't have got that far. And I think that's the part that's bewildering. That's literally leaving me speechless.
It's going to, man. It's going to, because that was completely unnecessary.
It was.
Let's just be honest. Let's call it what it is. That was completely unnecessary.
Well, I'm going to ask you. I forgot. I got in my little notes here.
Okay.
So now, with all this being done, the police reform bill was made,
which was useless,
and it was shout out to it's called the Floyd Policing Act. The bill was written in 2021 but never went to the Senate. But Biden has made a promise that it's going to get approved now because of what's happened to Mr. Nichols.
It should have been.
What say you?
It should have been approved. That's number one. And number two, what is that bill going to do? That's my biggest question.
That's why I say, does this affect cops? I think that's what police reform. Yeah, it's going to affect cops, but to what extent will it affect cops? Will it be like what they're doing here with these 5 brothers, taking their jobs? They probably can never be a police officer, taking their pension. They'll never get any money from the police pension fund. Their family's going to be in disarray, and then they're going to have a record because they're going to jail. Well, they're going to prison.
Well,
is that what the reform is entitled?
What is that bill going to do exactly? That's my question. I have to look at the bill to see what it's going to do, to see if it's going to benefit black people as a whole.
But he called his mom, Mr. Nichols' mom, and told her he definitely gonna make sure this bill is passed, and they were gonna add his name onto this bill with Floyd.
So here's my thing, man. Why now? How come you didn't pass it all those years ago?
Because the Senate been holding it up.
Oh shit, the Senate is mostly Republican now.
Well, I said it might not get passed. I know Biden is talking good game, big game right now, but I think it's probably going to sit in the Senate for a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that.
I think, like Michael said, I just think they're going to look at it as like a bunch of jokes now. Y'all doing it to yourselves. What y'all want us to help y'all for?
Well, my stance on black crime. White folks kill each other just as much as black people do.
Absolutely.
But you just don't hear about it.
But it's catastrophe when we do it. Oh my God.
But a black person, but Pookie kills Ray, all of a sudden it's all over the 6 o'clock news.
Catastrophe.
It's all over the place. But if Johnny kills Timmy, you don't even hear about it because it's swept up under the rug. Because I will continue to say that white folks kill each other just as much as black people.
Right.
So they don't call, when white people kill each other, and they don't just kill one, they kill about 50 of them. They don't call that white on white crime.
It's and it's another. I know we keep jumping off subject. I also read that this is the 20. I think they mentioned it. Didn't they mention it today in church?
What?
Today is the 29th day of January, and there's been almost 40 mass killings.
Actually, it's been more than that. That's just ones to know about.
Just this year alone.
Yeah, there's been more than that. That's just the ones to know about.
Ultimately ridiculous. And I don't think none of the mass killers who pulled the trigger has been black. I don't know that. I could be wrong if I'm wrong.
You're right.
Let me know.
You're right.
But see, so what's so different?
3 of them were Asian.
So what's so different with that being a catastrophe and what these 5 people did here?
3 of the mass killers were Asian.
Haven't really heard nothing about it. Are they going to get charged? Did they get charged? But when I tell you these 5 gentlemen got suited and booted real quick,
fast, in a hurry.
What's the difference?
There is no difference. I told you the difference is their skin color.
But they want to hurry and get them off the street because they're murderers.
Just answer
They
your own
are
question.
murderers. Asian, white, whoever. They are all murderers. But again, guys, like always, tell a friend because we got some good topics, talking some good stuff. And thank you, brother, for calling in. You did a different perspective of the topic, which we truly
that's
enjoyed.
what we want, man. Yeah.
So tell people about the show that we're Melanated Thoughts, and we're just, trying to make a sense of this thing we call life.
Yeah, but
That's
tell people out there, we got a new email address. It's melanatedthought@yahoo.com. Check it. Shoot us a note. Some people shoot certain things to us, criticisms and whatnot, and I don't mind that. I take criticism as it is.
Criticism.
A lot of people they like to try to
think we're racist.
Yeah, they say that we talk too much about black stuff. I said, well, ain't nobody else gonna talk about it.
Well, that's what we're talking about now. It's called melanated.
That's why it's called melanated thought. Stupid. It's not called what Beyonce.
We bring up white subjects too because most of this stuff is. That's what it is.
Say it again. Come on,
the
man.
show just commented, and we're melanated, so we're giving our thoughts. So, if that constitutes being racist, Akuta Matata.
Yeah, you be all right. Shit, that's the way I see it. Shit,
and we thank you.
I mean, like I said, it's just one guy. Like I said, how come you don't talk about other than black stuff? Because we're black people. Number one, number two, ain't nobody else gonna talk about it.
We talk about different stuff.
We talk about all kinds of things, man. We talk, man, most of the stuff pertains to black people, yes. Right. And we're going to keep on doing it. That's not going to stop. But anyway, nice show as always, babe.
Absolutely.
This was a really good subject. I knew that it was going to be a monster of the show once you did it. So I guess we go ahead and wrap this thing up because I'm getting hungry.
All right.
I want to feel up my wife's booty again, y'all. You know how that go. Yeah.
We were doing so good. We were doing so well. Just doing real good. And then here we go. Come on, Rick. Let's go ahead and now what's his name? The man who lived next door. What's his name? Hey, Chris.
Mr. Hebert.
Come on, Mr. Hebert. Let's go. Let's wrap the show up. I am Reggio.
Whatever. Anyway, we getting ready to leave y'all. I'm Reggio.
I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out.
Bye.